I don't give a fuck what nobody think about my relationship with Beyonce because it doesn't matter what people think. They're free to think whatever they want. As it relates to Beyonce, the people around her, like Angie Beance, who I love, knows. Ty Hunter, who's a friend of mine, who introduced me to Beyonce, knows. Neil, who does her hair, who's a friend of mine, knows. Jules, her nephew, knows. Kelly Rowland, who I talked to not long ago, who saw all the internet stuff. We had a conversation. She knows how much I love her.
She checked you.
And Beyonce. Oh, yeah.
Kelly checks the girls.
Kelly Rowland. You know what's so crazy?
Hey Raindrops, thank you all so much who have subscribed to the channel. You guys have really helped spread the word, build this channel together, because I can't do this without you guys. And I know y'all want me to interview a lot of people, child, but in order for me to do that, I need to make sure my subscribers match the millions of people who do watch my videos. So all you have to do, okay, is hit the subscription button. That's it. I ain't asking for much, child. And enjoy this video.
Wait, are we talking now? Are we in it?
We're in it. So listen, Raindrops, you're not seeing double. If something happens where you and I crash and burn, who will be entertained? But listen, I'm here with somebody who is a friend of mine. I'm super proud of him. He is a media impresario. He is a boss. He's also a politician. He is additionally a man that has Hollywood on lock. Give it up for the king of Hollywood, Jason Lee.
Thank you. I tend to think I'm the king of the world at this point, but I'll take Hollywood. I have to conquer one demographic at a time, one general location, but geographically, I touch every point of the world at this point.
You are on Carlos King's couch, bitch.
I love it. A couch that I paved the way for you to have. This is the problem. This is the problem with a bitch who gets a couch from Ashley's Furniture and thinks these other bitches that trot in here all of a sudden gave him a crown. Bitch, the crown that you polish every day comes with the Jason Lee shine. So yes, I am here. I am gracing the couch. I see everybody else on. I love this show. It's always viral. I saw the 4.26 billion impressions. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Let me go on and put my 40 billion out. Who's counting? Who's counting? We're all doing the work.
You look good, by the way.
Thank you.
So the thing is this, I watch your shows weekly, and I'm aware of you being like this health nut. So listen, gays and the days and the girls, you look good.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
It's money. It's absolutely money. First of all, to all of you out there saying, yeah, but he used to be fat. And then there's other people saying, but I love fat Jason. There's other people saying, yeah, he wasn't fat, he was thick. No, I was fat as fuck. I was 323 pounds. I lost control of myself after years of trauma and no excuses. And I'm not like asking for sympathy or empathy. Like just a motherfucker started drinking and not partying and being reckless and not working out. And had lost myself, Yes, you saw the Ricky Lake clip. Yes, I was a snack then. Now I'm a snack again. Snack is back. Anyway, I was 323 pounds. And then I was on TV. And it still didn't change me. Like, people were seeing me like, oh, my God, you cute it up. No, I wasn't. I was cute, but I was like the fat, cute friend. Well, anyway, so I tried to lose weight for like a year. Couldn't lose no weight. So I went to Houston, shout out to Dr. Marvin, cut half my stomach out, got the gastric sleeve, dropped 123 pounds, got down to 200, got in the gym, started drinking lots of water. But then I started getting obsessed with health, like micronutrient testing, NAD, stem cell, vitamin, IV therapy. And then like now I'm in it. And then, of course, now I'm about to be 49. I'm 1 year away from being 50. So now I'm into like Botox, fillers. What does the threading shit look like? And like I'm like just in this whole process of wanting to, age gracefully, but zhuzh it up a little bit here and there. Yeah. I ain't gonna look like a cat like some of the girls that sit on your couch.
Oh my God.
I ain't playing around. I ain't playing around because when it drop, it's just time to drop. It's gonna drop at some point. Like I'm gonna age gracefully, with a little
You are
help.
aging gracefully. And the thing is, you're biracial.
Yes.
So your mother is
Italian and Greek.
okay.
And my father's black.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you afraid of tapping into that other side where they say it doesn't age as gracefully?
No, because listen, when I was younger and people would say, oh, Jason Lee with the hair, Jason Lee with the ponytail, oh, Jason's cute, da da da. For years, I was like imprisoned in this like objectification that I had to look or be a certain way when like I always thought I was a hustler, I was a finesser, I was smart, I was, being cute, having long hair. Like that's what all that wears off at some point. We know that. We see people who, well, except for Barack Obama, he looks damn good. I don't even know how
Amazing.
he looks great, and Michelle Obama. But I mean, I really think like for me, it's really about being healthier. I stopped drinking 3 years ago. That's another thing
You
that
don't drink alcohol at all.
not a bit, not a drop. I stopped. I kicked it just like that. No alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I mean, I do smoke hookah here and there, but like I don't do any drug. Have never done hard drugs. And so yeah, I mean, for me now it's just like the best quality life that I could live because I got a lot of shit going on right now.
What made you want to get sober?
I was reckless. Did you not see the internet? I used to burn the internet down all the time. That wasn't because of the alcohol. I think the alcohol just gave me the permission to not really give a fuck because I was like, I don't give a shit. But, I think for me, I got into a point to where I was just becoming just personally reckless. And then I was like, oh no, it's going the wrong direction. And I was already in therapy. So I was talking to my therapist about, maybe I want to stop drinking. And he goes, well, why don't you go out and stop drinking, just have one drink. Well, I'm not a one drink person. If I drink one drink, I'm going to go to sleep. So I got to drink at least two. Then two leads to five. Then five leads to the bottles. And we were spending like $50,000 a month just going out drinking and partying and hanging out. So it became like, okay, I need to be more cost responsible. So I'm going to cut this cost. All right. I don't need to drink. Now I need to drink to go out and have fun. Okay. So I want to go out. I want to learn how to have fun without liquor. So when I first stopped drinking, I would go out and I was there for maybe 5 minutes and I would go home. Because now I'm like, no, I need to challenge myself to be able to go out and have a good time and actually have real interactions. I will tell you, there was a defining moment that when I finally got sober, I started looking at everybody different. Like, why is this person right here?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I listening to this person? And why am I asking you for advice? And I really started just doing a full assessment of choices I had made, relationships I had developed, and really like, what's the trajectory of the life I want to have? And so I stopped drinking and really started focus on a more purpose-driven life. And that's what led me into politics and led me into like my nonprofit and the impact awards getting as big as it is now and all the things.
The thing with you is this, and listen, I've said this to you personally, and I even say it publicly on my podcast. I am very proud of what you built.
Thank you.
Because I know what it's like to be a man of color, especially an openly gay man of color, to try to build something in Hollywood. And we'll get into a lot of the stuff you went through in this business. But before that, your childhood wasn't sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You've been very open about molestation. You've been very open about trauma, dealing with abuse. Talk to me about who Jason Lee was as a kid that propelled you to where you are now.
Yeah. I mean, as a foster kid, when your mom, gives you away and then like you literally are being handed over to a woman you don't know to take you to a place you've never been with, people you don't have a clue who they are, and then like live in stranger care for 5 years, you lose a sense of what your world is, because the world I had with my mom when she was sober, when she was working in law enforcement, like there's Christmases, there's Santa Claus, there's furniture, there's your own bedroom, and then now your bed is gone, now your couch is gone, now your TV's gone. So as you start to lose sense of like what normalcy is, and then you go into this world, to come out of that and be thrusted back into what I call the jungle, because kids were mean, the school system, public school system was crazy, like the whole world was different than what I had been accustomed. I had to really like figure out survival. So when I wrote my book, God Must Have Forgotten About Me, the first chapter was Surviving Stockton, because those streets really gave me the grit, it gave me the ambition, it gave me the courage, and it gave me the fearlessness that it takes to apply to any business, to your business, to dating, to losing weight, whatever. So I became one of those people that I knew I deserved more because I had just lost everything. I'm like, yo, there's no way God put me on this earth to not have a family, to not have a home, to not have money, to not have a job, to not have love. Like, I'm worthy of it all. So then when I started going in pursuit of it all, I learned very quickly, like, oh, whatever I want, whatever anybody wants, and this is not just me, it's anybody watching, you, whoever, if you really want it bad enough, you will structure your life, you will structure your finances, you will structure your relationships, you will structure your time. You will become so disciplined in pursuit of it that you'll get it. Losing weight, did that, boom, lost it all. Okay, love, ain't figured that one out yet. That's because all you fuck niggas out there. Running for office, I didn't just run for office for me. I found 3 other people and we all won together. So it's like whatever I want, God has shown me repeatedly that I can get it all if I really want it, but I got to do the work.
So you believe in the power of manifestation, the law of attraction.
I believe in God. Most people that watch me and see me and all my antics, because I have a day job. You may go to Taco Bell, you may drive a bus, you may be a phlebotomist, you may be a teacher, maybe you're a producer. That's your job. You're great at what you do. I'm great at what I do. Turn this on. I could literally walk in here straight out of prayer service. Thank you, God. But I'm gonna burn this bitch down to hell. Hey, devil. Because that's just what I do. The internet, I've learned the virality of content and the coin attached and the global audience that I could reach. I don't need a phone number. I can reach you right here. So I've learned that. I've learned now how to take it, own it, license it, still own it, then take that and relicense it, repurpose it, and make millions of dollars from it, having a GED. So I'm now showing people like, yeah, I didn't go to college. I didn't get a high school diploma. I got a GED, which I don't even know where it is. But I'm still figuring it out and still in full control where I want to go and doing everything that I want to do. But that comes from my real belief in God. Like, I know, having watched my mother put a needle in her vein, put heroin in her vein, pass out, eventually die from drug use. I watched my brother at a bar at my going away party hug me and tell me he loves me, get shot in the head and die. I've watched so many things happen, get shot at 15. I've seen it all happen to where I know, in spite of all of that, God said, I got you. Like, you're going to be good. You know, I don't want to get too emotional because I'm thinking, like, my therapist said, you should be dead, in jail, or on drugs. And I know the only reason I'm not is because of God. So I love God. And I think when people meet me, they have an idea who I am for my job. But then when they get to know me, they like, damn, he listened to gospel music. He's, talking to Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin. These are his friends, and he chilling, but he really loves God. But I can't understand this other guy. And that's more of an indictment that I think right now we're so focused on a clip of a person instead of the whole complete person. And I just show up and do what I need to do to get through the day, and I let people sit at home and be the armchair quarterback that they need to be to feel good about themselves.
Well, I'm fascinated by this because I'm like you. I'm a big believer in God, and my entire life is because of Him. My blessings, all of that. I work hard, but faith without works is dead. How do you reconcile, though? Because let's have a real conversation.
Yeah.
You have been described as the messiest man in Hollywood. People think you are the devil. People have said about you, Jason Lee is the most dangerous man that has ever infiltrated this system.
The conductor of chaos.
You have been called the conductor of chaos.
Everything, yeah. But this is why I say to people to really, and this is where I want people to hear, I'm whatever you want me to be. I'm whatever you think I am. Whatever makes people feel resolved in how they've assessed my whole life, from a clip, from a show, from a moment, whatever, it's fine. But I take a step out of that and say, at what altitude do you navigate? I don't hang in the gutters where low-level, low-vibration conversations happen. In fact, I don't even hear that anymore until I sit in an interview and somebody says what they're hearing from people. What I would say is, if I'm grocery shopping with Rihanna, which y'all saw, or I'm at the White House, or I'm in a meeting to talk about how to help foster kids or to build grants, whatever, I'm not hearing those conversations. I hear people who talk to me because they either respect what I've built or respect my heart and the drive and ambition that I have. If I'm talking to my staff that are like, yo, no matter what has happened, COVID, no disaster, we've never lost a job, we've never lost a benefit, we never lost pay, we all got our raises, we're all paid extremely well. They've been here since the beginning of my brand. It depends on who you're talking to. Now, if you're talking to Tamar Braxton, then she's going to have her opinion about me because of the fact that I woke up and realized that she was using me and built a relationship with Hollywood Unlocked through Jason Lee and was trying to use my platform to attack Candy. Once I realized the game, I was like, okay, cool. And then she felt what that looks like, because I don't handle betrayal well, and I show up as my true, authentic self. And when you burn me, chances are you're probably going to get burned. Now, I will say that's the same Tamar Braxton, though, who was my friend, who hung out with me, who I put money in her pocket so she could feed her family, who put her on my platform, who brought her on my show. I did stuff with her. The same person. I didn't switch up overnight. But the one thing I won't do is allow anybody to use, abuse, or attack me and think that the Lord that I serve won't give them the blessing of a lesson not to do that to nobody else.
So the thing is this, I'm friends with Tamar too, right?
Friends?
Yeah.
So let's define friend.
Go ahead, let's talk.
Because in the industry, people be like, that's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend.
I love all the girls. I know.
I know a lot of people.
Yes.
Friends.
Yes.
Now let me tell you, friends.
Go ahead.
So I get accused of dropping Rihanna's name a lot. And I just did it again. And the reason why, and I told her this yesterday, day before, I need people to understand for real, beyond the music and the beauty and the makeup and the perfume. They need to know at the core of who you are, every fiber and fabric of her body. She is the nicest, sweetest, most in tune, finger on the pulse of culture, lovable friend that you could have. So when you have somebody like that, you want to keep them to yourself, but you want the world to know this is who she is.
Yeah.
I want to just tell a real story I have not told anybody, what she did the other day, and didn't ask her to do it. So we go film the grocery store thing, right? Did you see that?
Of course.
Okay, so we filmed the grocery store thing. It's a cute little moment, da-da-da-da. If you look at that, how she's cool with the cancer lady, had that moment, the fans, the store workers, putting the flowers, her best friend Melissa, me, and all the little things. That's like no production, that's just who she is. But it's when we went back to her house, my camera guy, who is a 30-year-old aspiring actor model, but does film and stuff on the side, and he's working for me. His name is Paul Toei, talented. He's been in Hollywood for a while, and he's had friends who could have put him on and never put him in spaces because they want to keep him in the corner. We go back to Rihanna's house. We're sitting there, we're chilling, and she's talking to me, and we're in our thing. But I'm like, yo, you got to learn his story because I want her to know the type of people I'm gonna bring around her and the type of people I keep around me.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Africa. His mother and sister were murdered in the war there, and so she's a mother of 3, and so he's telling her his story, and she's asking questions, and she's really intensely trying to understand the trauma he's overcoming, and she's pouring into him. And he's sitting there, and I could feel, having lost my brother and mother, his emotion that he was holding back, and her pouring into him. And she came over and hugged him, and she changed his life just by being. So like, I drop her name not because I want y'all already know that's my girl.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to know on a human level why she's so fucking amazing. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that.
No,
but you ask her what she thinks.
The definition of friendship. No,
definition of friendship. Yeah. You only got to do to one person one thing before I know you're gonna try to do it to me. And now I'm at that level of awareness now. Now I love Tamar at some point, right? I saw what she did with Krishan. Why you bring Krishan to open up at your show? It's Krishan. Come on, I love you, Krishan, but come on. That led into what it led into and all the things. I think James Rice Chanel lost a tooth or some shit or whatever. But you saw this video the other day where she saw Candy at the Essence Fest and went over to hug her and all that. Candy ain't doing all that weird shit. Candy know you was messy. Y'all done fell out. Why are you talking to her? You know, when I seen Candy at Cardi's concert, I didn't put it on camera, but I went over and I said, hey, bestie. And she was like, no, we not besties. And I said, I know, and I owe you an apology, and I need to reconcile with you. And I had a private moment with Candy to re-earn her relationship because we had a relationship before. Mm-hmm. And I said, I apologize that I was used to use my platform to throw you out there like that. And guess what? I will come on your show and let you check me and tell your audience whatever. And then you come on my show and I'm gonna love on you. And because I now have to rebuild in some areas where I have recklessly and blindly trusted people to go in a certain way that hurt other people, you know? But
how's that her fault when you did it? Do you know what I
well,
mean?
because
Like,
if she says that, if she calls me to say, did you see Candy? Go look at this. She's wear fake designer. Go look. Look over there. Oh yeah, you know she ain't got no money. You're talking to Hollywood Unlocked. You're not kikiing on the phone because I don't kiki. Do you call me? We kiki about people?
No.
I don't kiki with nobody.
You don't.
I get paid. Hey, Rihanna Cardi, anybody will tell you we don't gossip about people because I get paid millions of dollars to do it. I ain't doing it for free. Don't call me on my phone when I'm trying to figure out how to get from 205 to 200, how to find a nigga I want to go on a date with, how I'm going to create a policy for my community or raise millions of dollars to help kids. Please don't call me and take away from the time that's important to me to talk to me about whether or not Candy went down to the Slauson Swap Meet and got her a fake Louis purse. I don't give a fuck about that unless she got money in it for Hollywood Unlocked. I am a businessman. I am an entrepreneur. My product is the things that come out of here. But other than that, I saw you at lunch at Soul House. Mm-hmm. We sat down and talked about business. We talked about money. We talked about audience growth. We talked about culture. We talked about expansion. We did not talk about what the girls is doing and this and that. So this is the thing. I have had to learn that now that I have the gift of going viral and storytelling and all that, be very mindful of how you're talking to people and what conversations you're having. I listen intently when people talk to me. When somebody comes to me and says, I love you, I say, why? Oh, because you be reading the girls. Okay, so now I know you love my content. You don't love me. Got it. Jason, I'm so proud of you. Why? I love what you're doing in Stockton and helping those kids. Okay, you paying attention. You see me. When Rihanna and I talk, it's like, I'm so proud of you. She pours into me. Tiffany, last night, somebody said something rude to me, and I thought they were playing. She jumped up and checked them.
A celebrity or just
No, just a regular person.
Oh.
Saw me out and was a fan that wanted to come and check me on something. Not check me, but like say something like a criticism,
okay.
which I've never gotten, which I thought was kind of, that's why I thought it was a joke, because I was like, oh, this is funny, because it's never happened. And I didn't have security last night. And then Tiffany jumped up and jumped up and was checking them like, what? And I was like, sit down. Because I know when people are talking to Jason or they're talking to Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. And that was a hard lesson to learn, because whoever I'm talking to, I'm just Jason. I'm always just Jason until it's time to work, or you doing something and I got a clap back or something. But that's work. But usually I think, I'm just Jason. So yeah.
We work in Hollywood, and Hollywood is very pretentious,
fake,
and all the
transactional,
things, right? All of that, all of that.
Mm.
When it comes to Tamar specifically, I will say my experience has been different than others, and the reason why I will say she's a friend to me is because there's conversations that we have that's on some like spiritual, personal stuff, and it's funny because she and I were talking maybe last week, and what she said to me was, I love that you always tell me if I did something wrong. That if I did something wrong, she knows to call me and be like, was I wrong? And I'll say to her like, yes. Or I'll say to her, in this case, no. It all depends, right? So I do agree with you though. The reason why I wanted to bring that up is because the Tamar that I know, for example.
Yeah.
And it's just me.
Yeah.
And you have your own experience.
Yeah.
I too have a microphone.
Yeah.
She's never said anything to me that I felt she wanted me to say on my program. When it comes to your friendship with Rihanna, what is so fascinating about it to the world, right?
Do they really care?
Oh, and I'm sure you saw this, so you know I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
People are like, Jason, what do you have on Rihanna?
I saw that. That
she is friends with you. Are you blackmailing Rihanna?
Mm-hmm.
Is Rihanna feeding you stories, right? There's people who don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand how this pop star, this international billionaire, icon, legend, all the things, is friends with the likes, these are their words, messy ass Jason Lee.
Uh-huh.
How did that friendship form, and how did that even come about?
So let me say this. So The Weeknd is a friend, billionaire. Robert F. Smith from Vista Capital, the second richest black man in the country, friend. Tyler Perry, friend. Rihanna, friend. These aren't the only billionaires I know. I'm not her friend because she's a billionaire. I'm not a friend because she's a pop star. I'm not a friend because she's a makeup icon. In fact, I had to argue a black girl down who was pushing Selena Gomez. I'm like, girl, if you ain't talking about Pat McGrath and you ain't talking about Rihanna, please don't talk to me, because you are too black to be talking about a white girl's makeup product. But anyway, I'll come back to that. I am friends with Rihanna because I just love her. I love what she represents. I love her story, her come-up story. I love A$AP Rocky. I was friends with him before her. And I love their love story, and I love their family. I love that they've embraced me. And I love, more importantly, that she sees me as a human being. She always has since day one. She's never asked me to do nothing. She never asked me to promote nothing. When she sees my team on the carpet, she pours into those black journalists. She talks about the importance of supporting black journalists. When her baby pictures were getting ready to get leaked on TMZ, she dropped them on Hollywood Unlocked to put us right out there. She didn't have to do that. I was in Dubai on vacation. She called me to do it. And she said, me and Rocky thought about it, and we want you to have it. So when somebody can treat me and see me as a human being and sees the total worth of who I am, not the bylines, because the bylines are the B-side of it all. It's like, that's all entertainment. I ask people sometimes, go look in the mirror. Is the train wreck the problem? Is the conductor of the train the problem, or the audience standing by waiting and hoping that train continues to wreck because it's highly entertaining? We're all a part of this ecosystem of chaos. You wouldn't have this show if it wouldn't go viral, and you wouldn't be promoting the billions and billions of views, which is mostly on people spilling tea. So we're all a part of this ecosystem. I think this bitch has got a problem that I'm at the top of that motherfucker. Wendy wasn't handing the fucking throne to everybody. She was handing it to me. Wendy was preparing me to take her seat because that's the seat I thought I wanted. We built a relationship. We spent lots of personal time together. I just talked to Wendy, 2 days ago.
How is she?
She's good.
Okay.
Still looks fabulous, by the way. It looks better than she ever has. But I mean, I feel like she was preparing me because that's what I thought I wanted to go into talk TV talk.
Daytime talk.
I thought I did. I was meeting with Fox and all the people like, I really want to, and they were like, nah, you already dominating in the digital. Stay over there. We coming over there. I'm like, no, because that's what I thought I wanted. And Wendy was preparing me for it. But that goes back to God. God has never given me nothing that would get in the way of the destination that he's built for me. Like the crown I wear and the throne I sit on ain't one that's competing with nobody, ain't one that somebody gave me. I built Hollywood Unlocked from $0 in Instagram to a $50 million company that's competing with major news networks because of hard work, God-given vision and talent, and an audience that shows up for me, even if I take a break and go run for office. So I'm not really worried about what people say, do I have on? Let me just go through this now. Do I have anything on Rihanna? No, nothing but love. I do have her cologne on from time, perfume on from time to time. Do we sell stories or share stories? No, we don't spend our personal time talking about people. In fact, she knows I'm in the middle of this big business deal right now. And the last thing she's asking about is like, are you there yet? Are you almost there? Like, you need help, da, da, da. So it's really about like just mutual support and love. I mean, she loves me and I love her. And I think people can't wrestle with the idea that people would like somebody who does what I do. People think people don't love Wendy. I love Wendy Williams. You know, I mean, people would think that, people hate Andy Cohen. I respect the shit out of Andy Cohen. People who are doing what we're doing, different people have different, I guess, I don't know, narratives about them, but I don't really consume myself with the opinions of others because, they all paying me either way, good or bad, you're still paying me.
You did talk about you building this empire brick by brick. I want you to say this in your own words in terms of this assumption that the way you got into Hollywood was courtesy.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Who said I was a messy bitch? Because they ain't saying it to my face. And I bet you this, you ain't gonna say their name. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, any messy bitch out there that got something to say about me, I guarantee you'll never say it in public. Because one thing about me, I am the receipt king. You may be Carlos King, bitch, but I'm the receipt king. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I wish a bitch would ever find the day, the hour, or the night. It could be a holiday, it could be on the Sabbath. I want you to sit down and say to me, Jason Lee, you're a mess because of X. And I'm going to tell you what that exercise you're going to see. I'm going to take a bitch on a trip. Let me get comfortable. I'm going to take them on a trip. Let's talk about that time you were homeless and was sucking dick by that married man to get your little coins to pay for your dog to get some food. I'm not saying anybody in particular. I'm just saying anybody. Let's talk about that house she was living in the back and you couldn't pay no bills. In your corroded bathtub. I ain't saying no names. I'm just saying it could be anybody. Let's talk about the drugs and the nights of alcohol when you was slipping out the club and couldn't carry yourself home, so I had to carry you home. Let's talk about all the mess. See, the mess that I do is I put it right out there in your face. I'm gonna let you see fat, sloppy Jason with horizontal striped shirts having no business wearing those shirts like that from Fashion Nova for $6 in Dominican Republic, living his best beans and rice life. Yeah, I'm gonna show you that nigga. I'm gonna show you the drunk ass nigga in Mexico with a sombrero on, telling Safari he got a nice dick while he's live for BET, and then y'all was talking about I'm on here. I'm gonna show you all that. I put my mess out there. Why? Because it makes me millions of dollars. But I'm also gonna show you the guy who goes and builds the thing for kids and goes and helps and leads kids on financial literacy and runs for office and changes policy and makes his community better. I'm all of that. But I dare you, I'll give you $100,000. You find somebody that will have the courage, that has history with me that I know about, that will sit on a camera in front of the world and tell me I'm a mess. And bitch, just keep that camera on. You see all these lights on these cameras, you keep them on. They ain't gonna do it.
And for the record, and you know I don't lie to you, bitch.
Uh-huh.
No celebrity has ever talked shit about you to me.
So is it the punks?
No.
What audience we talk about?
When I say people say you're messy,
You talking about social media?
online people.
Social media?
Yes.
Oh, ain't nobody. Come on now.
The thing, but I will say this. The reason why I think the world, real shit,
Mm-hmm.
you are this,
Ooh, you got me
you
worked
are
up.
this fascinating character to people.
Yeah?
Yes. But you know you are and you lean into it.
Well, you saw that what you just got right there was the character. Like, now I'm going to go back to being Jason.
Yeah.
That guy, y'all need to leave him alone because he really has taken a break. The guy that you just saw right now that did all of that, see, that's easy to do. But that low vibrational energy that I stayed in for years as I was building this company brick by brick that made me all the millions, that gave me the platform, that ain't where I'm at anymore. I don't want to be there no more. I really don't. I don't want to. You don't see me going viral like that anymore, really. See, people are going to take those clips and they're gonna start tagging people. He talking about you. He talking about you. He talking. Oh my God. He talking about you.
They are.
They literally wasn't talking about anybody. Wasn't talking about anybody.
You weren't?
No, I really I swear to God, I wasn't.
So all those examples were just
Me just being messy and doing
so
what they said.
it was not about one person.
No. Not about one person, not about anybody. It literally wasn't,
Okay.
there was nobody in my mind as I was saying that. That was me saying things to get them going. But what people will say is, oh, see, there you go. Yeah, that is what I used to do to feed you low vibrational niggas content. But that content is not what I'm about anymore. I've created the Impact Awards. It's a stage that I've built to honor some of the most amazing people for their impact on culture. I am not in all that no more. And so yeah, while I was that and I was a part of that, and I could understand why people would say, oh yeah, it was messy. Yeah, I did all that. But I was a part of that ecosystem. We're all that. When Andy Cohen is sitting up there with the girls and he has his little cue cards and you do the same shit too, because y'all both two pieces of a pod, baby. This is the black one, he the white one. But y'all both like the same color niggas too. Let's talk about that, because Andy can't stop chasing them brown boys. I think he's in a relationship now. But anyway, I saw him. He white. Hey, Andy. Anyway, y'all sit up there with them cards. Y'all sit them cards. You all know what you're doing, getting the girls going. You just sit back and you throw the cornmeal on the ground and let the chickens fight for you. And the guy behind the camera is fucking laughing. Why? Because he knows. Oh, they throw the cornmeal out and you chicken heads just kill it. Cluck,
Not the
cluck,
chicken head.
cluck, cluck, cluck for these guys. And you know what? They sit back and go, oh, I can't believe it. They are really the mess. You guys are. It's just just your delivery's not like mine.
No. And what you're saying, which is why I haven't interjected. I actually agree with you that we're all a part of this ecosystem that breeds mess in very different ways. I think that
you're just a conductor of a different looking train. You may be Amtrak. I may be the thing with the loud caboose, because it's just the delivery. It's the train that's going down the tracks. One of them gonna be loud and rattly, and one of them gonna coast and have the solar system. We're both conductors. It's just I want to destroy the internet. I want to burn it down. I want to cause volcanic eruptions. I'm that Kanye of the shit. I love it, because if you're gonna do it, I'm going to shoot you right in your face. I ain't going to stab you in your back. I'm a different type of person. I'm not going to shoot you or stab you. You know what I mean? Because there's people that do slick shit for chaos, and there's people that just do it. And the type of person I would just do it. But that energy comes with a cost. It comes with a security cost. It comes with I got to know who out there cost. Got to know where you're going cost. I don't want to live in that no more. So now I'm doing, I switched it up a little bit.
But this is the thing that I always tell people, and I'm glad. I'm really happy that you are so honest about it. Because when I look at Wendy, I look at Charlamagne, I look at people who did start their career being messy and really going far in terms of talking about celebrities for virality and saying the things that we say at home, but you guys were brave enough to say it.
Yes.
But you look at Charlamagne, who was similar to what you were in the beginning, and he has definitely transitioned out of that, being more, outspoken about politics and other things. What I always wanted to ask you is, and I tell the young generation who want to be you or want to be me, if you're messy for the sake of being messy, it doesn't feel good the moment the cameras are off. And like you said, you have to go home with yourself. Talk to me about that, Jason Lee. Like, listen, you made millions of dollars talking shit about so many people. And some may say exposing them, right?
No.
Well,
No. I stay in control of my narrative all the times. I don't expose people. Let's
What
be
do you
very
call it?
no. There's no. What do you call it? There's no exposing. If I interview, let's back up. When I broke the story around the whole Jordan Woods and Tristan thing years ago, and this was so many years ago, we shouldn't even be talking about it, but I'll just use that example. That wasn't exposing that they were cheating. That was information I got, confirmed with Chloe, and then ran it with her support, and it went what it was. It was never a surprise to her because she knew about it and she went and commented on it, which is what made it so viral.
But did Jordan know about it in all fairness?
Well, her and Chloe had the conversation, so that was her know about it. I'm not a publicist. My job's not to get on the phone and make sure you know everything about everything you already know. My job is to find out what I know, but not anymore. I mean, my team, obviously. They find out what they find out, and they put out the news. But let me ask you a question. Why are we not saying CNN is messy? They're spilling the tea on Trump. Hold on. Andy Cohen, white man. He got all these women up here, women of color, fighting all over the globe for a coin, spilling each other business. One girl in Utah or whatever, she went to prison for this one. This one flipped over the table. This Nene, I don't know if she got a job anymore. All this chaos of mess. Every single industry, every single person do it. Wendy's goes online and shades McDonald's when Ice Spice gets hit in McDonald's. That's shade. That's mess. But it's marketing. It's amazing. Everybody got mess. You can't be mad at me for making millions out of it, or you can, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't change my schedule. It doesn't change anything. I think the brilliance of being able to learn how to dominate a space with no marketing budget, with no corporate backing, no corporate funding, just millions of dollars from scratch, building it. Yeah, I'd be mad at that too. Why? I'm competing with all the big boys. Everybody's doing it. And so I don't look at it as mess. You said a word a minute ago that I would say it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to have an opinion about something. Because when Charlemagne coined me a culture critic, he was, that's really what you are. You have an opinion about everything. You know, I don't expose, but I do have an opinion. When you have an opinion, and it's hard to be popular when you have an opinion. And I think about a call I got from somebody in corporate America that said, you would be so much more successful if you just didn't have an opinion. I was like, who would I be? Who would I be if I just showed up, asked you questions, but didn't have an opinion about what you said? I couldn't do that.
I think the biggest thing for you that the world wants to know is when you built your career off of that, did you feel good at the end of the day when you felt like things may have went too far?
My thread count is very high. I feel good in every home I'm in, on every first class flight I take, on every shopping spree I've gone on every meal I've had, on every bill that I don't ever have to examine because they're always paid and on time. I feel very fine about everything that I do. And I will never be guilted based on my success, based on my level of the competition that I tend to be on, which is at the top. I don't find myself competing with people's desire for me to sulk in my success. I don't. I'm fine. I got here okay. I'm going to leave here okay. I think what people have to understand is, let's unpack it a little bit. When I got on Love and Hip Hop, they wanted me to be the gay, messy blogger in a relationship. I said, I'm not going to give you the relationship, but I'll go ahead and be the gay, messy blogger. Not a problem. I'm going to make everybody's business my business. And that's when I developed the Jason Lee character. And I went in that show. And my goal, as I said earlier, my God-given talent is to be in pursuit of something. No matter what it is, I'm going to get it. My goal was to dominate the screen time every time they put the camera on me. So every time the person over here behind the camera switches this red to this red to this red, just like you did at camera number 2, it was on camera number 4. When that camera light is on and you produce TV, you know, my job, like Nene's job, like every star of every show, is to dominate the camera time. That's what I did. So my first season, I had 3 episodes, but it was the most 3 viral episodes to where the next season I got 10 episodes. And then the next, after I left there on my own and went to Wild 'N Out for 5 seasons, I came back 14 episodes. So I learned how to dominate my time on a camera. But what I learned really was, what does Final Cut approval look like? You know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the final say in what it looks like? So if you have a storyboard, Jason's the gay, messy blogger. Every scene he's in has to be something that drives drama, right? So when they reintroduced me on season 2 of Love and Hip Hop, it was Trouble's back. So if you say to the audience of 6 million people every week, Trouble's back, what the fuck they gonna say? Here comes trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I walk in a room, here comes trouble. People don't even realize how the media is controlling the minds of the people, how the consumer brands that advertise these shows drive what they're able to put out to audiences. How many reality shows do you see? And you was in Atlanta with Housewives. All the gay men got to have heels, bags, makeup, purses. They got to be girl, 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 girl. That ain't all of us. Gay men, black gay men are not a monolith. We are not a sideshow. We are not an ornament. We are not an accessory. So for me, it was like, nah, Love and Hip Hop, I'm tired of being this accessory. I'm tired of being this ornament. I'm tired of being in scenes. I had to tell them, why am I in every scene with a girl? When I don't even hang with girls like that. All my friends are straight men or gay men. Why am I in every scene as a girl? What? I don't want to kiki and do nails and girl, yo, man, that is not my world. But that's the world they kept putting me in because that's the image that they want of a gay black man to the audience. So you know what I said? Fuck y'all. And I went right over to Wild 'N Out with all them niggas, Carlos Miller and DC Young Fly and Nick and Conceited and all the guys. Shout out to all of y'all. And then I did all my gay jokes with straight men because I wanted to show black people that black people can, in the culture, can be friends with a gay dude, have fun, crack jokes with a gay dude, not be threatened by a gay dude. So I now start using my platform responsibly because I wanted to show in this cultural iconic brand Wildin' Out what a gay black man looks like and can coexist with his friends. And all my jokes were centered in my community in a way that I thought was funny. So I started learning the power of how to use this. That's why now my show, every show I do and own, I have ownership and I have final cut approval. Even when we talked this weekend about a show, I'm like, I ain't gonna show up as talent. We can co-produce, co-develop, whatever, but I'm definitely gonna be in the editing room. I'm definitely gonna have notes. I definitely have to have control over my image because I've given it away. And for years, I was typecast as a person that this is who they wanted. And I felt the guilt of only being able to show up as that person because that's the person that the audience fell in love with. Now I'm like, look, I'm gonna show up and be me. And if you love it, great. And if you don't, I don't care. Only one time I can think of, and I've talked about it recently, not too long ago, that like, as I started evolving and sober and therapy and all that, that was the Jennifer Hudson comment that I made. That I was like, you know what? She didn't deserve that. She's been through a lot in life. I actually like her and I'm a fan of hers. And that was kind of fucked up. So I'm going to own that shit and fix it. But I didn't just fix it online. I fixed it with her, went to her and her people because I started understanding like, I'm not going to battle anymore showing up to be this viral sensation for the audience that loves me. I'm going to just be Jason. And my audience has done exactly what Queen Latifah told me. Get them in a chokehold and take them on a trip with you. And then now, my audience is following me wherever I go. So, the haters are literally a stepping stool to greatness. You got to have them. If you don't have a hater somewhere, you ain't going to be nobody.
Oh, and that means you're not challenging the audience to feel something, whether it's through music or through art or through the podcast, whatever.
Yep.
So I do agree with that. You really do have a lot of friends in this industry, right? How are you able to foster these relationships with people and still do your job at the same time? Like, do you just like go up to people and say, hi, I'm Jason Lee? Are they sort of like standoffish at first?
Okay, so Hollywood Unlocked, and this is why I, when I built my relationship with Kevin Hart, I told him, Hollywood Unlocked has a relationship with all of you. Like, if you choose not to participate, that's on you. Like, think about it like you're in a relationship with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but you don't talk to them. They still your boyfriend or your girlfriend until you break up. And then if you have a breakup, it could be a really nasty one or it can be just a friendly walk away. But you'll always have a relationship with your ex. Hollywood Unlocked, every single celebrity out there watching should have a direct relationship with Hollywood Unlocked. Not your publicist, not your manager, not your agent, not your you, because you're the one that can slide in our DM or call somebody and get something changed like that or put something out. Not your publicist who got to go through a whole system and then we got to go back and forth. And we don't even do that. Every publicist out there knows your jobs are on the line because we don't even work with y'all like that. There's some of you, the Amanda Silvermans of the world, those who are respectful, like, and that work with us and that are bosses and get it, they cool. I think that with Hollywood Unlocked, I'm not even over there. Like, I don't even know what my team has posted today at all. I haven't seen one post because I don't go over there at all unless I have to, if I just want, I'm in a car and want to scroll and see what's going on, or I'm in the group chat when there's things that are popping where all the writers are talking and all that so I can see it all. But I'm out building deals. I literally just left a meeting with a major brand about millions of dollars of support to bring my programs to life. When I leave here, I'm getting ready to go do an amazing interview with somebody. But I'll use last night as an example. So Tiffany and I we went to Kevin Durant's party. And I walked in, and it's like LeBron James is right there, Meek Mill's right there. Okay, every athlete is in the room, and I don't know what the stories have been written about them on Hollywood Unlocked because I don't approve them all. I don't write them. I don't write any stories. I've never written a story that I can recall on Hollywood Unlocked. I approve or I review or I weigh in if I need to, but like I don't even know what they be writing like that. But I see Meek Mill and I go over to him. I've been wanting to interview Meek Mill because I find him fascinating, but not just the viral moments and the Nicki Minaj's and all that, but like I love that what he's doing to do prison reform. I love that he's getting people out of jail. I love that he partnered with Michael Rubin and they're looking at changing legislation. I like the fact that his album, When I Go in a Club, has inspired communities and culture all over the world. The time his song comes on, the club goes crazy. That shows his cultural influence and relevance. So I want to be able to interview him to show him his flowers. So last night I said, yo, Meek, when am I going to get an interview? He was like, I don't talk like that. I don't sit down and do interviews because no matter what question I'm asked, you liable to get the realest answer in the world. Those are the interviews that I want to have.
Mm-hmm.
But I do realize like there's some people like, LeBron will wave, but he ain't going to come down there and talk to me, and that's fine. Or, who else last night I talked to? I was with Serge last night, Ibaka, who's like my brother. I mean, there's certain people who love me and see me and embrace me. And then there's people who stay away and wave. But regardless of the interaction relationship, every single person has a relationship with Hollywood Unlocked.
Have you ever had a celebrity check you to your face about something you or your website have
Check
said?
me to my face. Maybe on the phone, a call here or there. Tiana Taylor, she was there last night. I've known Tiana since she was a young girl. She called me one time. She's somebody who I will say, no matter where she is or what's going on or who's there, she's going to tell you what she thinks, which I respect. We have a relationship where she did not like something that one of my writers did and felt like they shouldn't have done it based on our personal relationship, which I could understand her point of view. And even though I explained to her my thoughts on it and we didn't agree on it, she was very passionate about it. One time, I think we were at the Super Bowl at a party, and she was going off about it, and we had a very heated conversation, but it was out of love. Like I love that girl, and I've watched her like grow in a space that people doubted her and told her she wasn't worthy and wasn't good enough. And now I just watched her. I was sitting in the audience of BET Awards when Janet Jackson's giving her award. She's a Golden Globe winner. I mean, she's literally doing what God wanted her to do, and she took the time to get there. So her passion, when she was letting me have it, wasn't because she was mad. It's because like I'm fighting for my fucking dream, and I feel like your team has been unfair to me. And I was able to digest that without taking it personal. Like, I don't hate you. I'm like, I hear she's going through real shit and trying to navigate an industry that has not seen her, and she feels a way by this post, which I don't disagree with the post, but I get what she's saying. So yeah, there's those moments. I've been at the White House where I've run into somebody and it's like, we at the White House. Once you in there, you can't just leave. It ain't like I'm gonna go on the patio. You sipping eggnog next to the president. You got to sit there and sip your eggnog, no matter how uncomfortable it is. You just can't let the Secret Service know that there's beef in the room. So it's one of those things where like, yeah, I've been around people who are mad, but like checking me. I mean, unless you're gonna kill me and you're gonna let me leave and get to a microphone, you don't want to do that. That's not an experience that anybody wants to have. And I don't want to have that experience. So old Jason probably has some conflict and we get in a room and it's uncomfortable, but not checking. I'm 48 years old. I can't be checked.
Is that the reason why you feel the need to have security be with you when you go out and play?
No, security is to protect other people too. I don't want a lawsuit. When you can start making money, you start making millions of dollars, you get in situations where people sue you. I have security is insurance. Their number one instruction for me is I get home every day. So if that means you gotta kill somebody, fight somebody, restrain somebody, we gotta run, whatever we gotta do for whatever reason, or you gotta keep people away, that's your job. When I go out, I get a table, not because I want to be popping in the club. That's just my safe space to invite the people that I want around me to have a good time and socialize and hey, how you doing? And da 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 da. But I don't like people all up on me. I'm not even like a touch me type person. So I don't like to be hugged. I don't like none of that. And my security makes sure that wherever I go, I'm comfortable. But I don't have like today I don't have security.
Right.
But I go from car to building a car, shop to car. Like I don't, but yeah, I don't even have beef like that. So my security is more of just keep me out of lawsuits. I don't want no lawsuits.
And it's your business. Would
Yeah.
you classify yourself in terms of your net worth being in the multi-million?
I don't talk about money, and I'm going to tell you who told me why. I try not to talk about money. I'll talk about the valuation of my company here and there lightly. Robin from Baller Alert a long time ago said,
I love her, by the way.
I love Robin.
She's so low-key.
Low-key, and that's the thing. She told me, hold on, she told me a long time ago. He said she's low-key before I even said it. Don't talk about your money. Keep the IRS out your business. I said, okay, cool. And I don't talk, you can go and say, oh my God, that car. Somebody recently, I just bought a Maybach the other day. They're like, oh my God, he bought a $300,000 car. Is that how much it costs? I still ain't seen the sticker. I don't know how much it costs. Is that what it costs? Oh, you Googled it? Okay. Oh, he got this. Really? Oh, wait, these are your houses? He said, I need space to store clothes. I don't know nothing. I don't talk about money because I don't want no problems at all.
What's the evaluation of your company?
Right now, $50 million.
Do you plan on ever selling it?
Oh yeah, this is a build to sell business. But right now I'm acquiring other businesses because I want to get, my goal is to get to $1 billion. I'm gonna drop another name, Tyler Perry. I ain't just friends with.
How did that relationship come about? That is okay. No shade to you.
Are they gagging at that one?
No, I'm gagging at that one.
Really?
Only because I know him too.
Okay.
And listen, it's nothing.
Did you tell Tyler that you know me?
I never. No.
Okay, but do you know him like on a texting basis?
Yes.
Okay.
And can we say for the record?
Yes.
Which is why fuck all you people claim y'all busy.
He's an icon. Don't play.
When you text him
immediately. Tyler checked me yesterday. Now he checked me.
What did you do?
So I haven't had a bad week in the sense of I want to go and run in traffic and get run over. But I've had a stressful week because I am the vice mayor of the 10th largest city in California, the second most dangerous city in California, with 7 homicides this last week. A person I know yesterday was stabbed 5 times. The day before that, one of our peace workers was shot. It is a very challenging responsibility where we're working on homelessness, youth programs, my community, food desert, housing, affordability. There's like real issues. So there's like all the weight of that on my mind full time every day, all day long, even as I sit here coming into this meeting. So there's that. Then there's Hollywood Unlocked. There's a whole team. There's all the millions we have to make and the programs they have to stay on and our partnerships with Meta and then TikToks and making sure our socials stay up and our advertising partners are happy and coaching my team. And today I had to go through a whole due diligence exercise for an hour and a half about this other acquisition and then managing that cap stack with all the millions I got to raise for there because it's a $20 million deal. Then I'm come do this show, just left a brand at Soho House. To get money, got to leave here, go straight to my hotel, change, then go do an interview. Then I got to figure out how to rest and get my mind right to fly back to a public safety meeting in Stockton. So like I had a week where I was like, I am so underwater with life. I don't have real personal time. I haven't really eaten. I just have had a rough week. And Tyler had texted me because he's very attentive to everybody. And I don't know how he spends his time with everybody, but he makes you feel like he's only checking on you. And he's like, how are you? And I was like, I'm having a fucking crazy ass day. But in my mind said, I'm intentionally not going to talk to Tyler. I'm going to, this time I'm going to talk to Cardi. I'm going to call Cardi and I'm going to lean in on Cardi. I'm going to use Cardi as my person because I can share things with her that I can't share with nobody else. I can share things with Tyler or Rihanna that I can't share with nobody else. So there's very few people that I can call and just like put it all on the table, right? My nigga acting, right? I'm still single, technically, by the way. But anyway.
We'll get to that later.
Single and mingling. Okay. So I said to myself, I'm intentionally not going to put this on Tyler Perry because too many people dump their stuff on him. And he's so woven into helping everybody that I'm not going to put this burden on him. But he happened to text me as I was in the middle of something, like stressing over something. I said, I am having a horrible day. I need to call you later. He said, okay, please don't forget to call me. Well, I had a horrible day. I forgot to call because I was like in my thing. And so I ended up calling Cardi and, but she was somewhere where I was like, I couldn't even get it all out because it was so much. And she was around people that she was like, is everything okay? I'm like, it is, but isn't, but da-da-da. And so she was like, it's Mercury retrograde.
She's such a Libra.
She's like, take a deep breath.
I love it.
It's going to be okay. You've overcome everything, da-da-da-da. So she's being that friend. So I forget to call Tyler back. I go to bed because I literally pass out because I'm so exhausted. Tyler calls me and says, hey, are you okay? I say, yeah, I'm okay. I haven't forgot to call you. I'm da-da-da. I'm going to call you back. I'm in a meeting, da-da. And so he said, okay. Well, I forgot to call back later. He texted me, he said, I genuinely called to check on you. I genuinely called because I care. I genuinely want to make sure that you're good. And I know you have a problem accepting help and accepting love from people. But I don't take my support for granted, and I don't want you to either. And I was like, damn. But then it was also like, damn, Tyler Perry cares enough about me to make sure I'm okay. That's why I like him. That's how we built our relationship. And when I first met him, and I sat in his house, and he sat across from me, and we were kind of figuring out how to start the conversation, because Megan Good introduced us, by the way, because I wanted to honor him at my award show. And he said, I said,
it was just y'all two.
Just me and him. Well, and his staff.
Of course.
So fucking rich. This motherfucker.
You were intimidated. Well, you're Jason Lee. Sorry. I forgot I was talking.
I wasn't intimidated, but I was in awe of a person who I watched go from homelessness to Medea plays to shows to movies to Tyler Perry Studios where we did Wild 'N Out, and all the things. So like I was like, this is an icon that's in front of me. I do think that. But I wasn't intimidated, no. But I remember sitting there, we're kind of looking at each other, and I said, okay, so I started telling him all the good stuff. And I said, here's all the other stuff. because I want you to know exactly who the fuck is in your house, and I want you to know exactly who the fuck you're connected to. And he said, I said, so if you talk to this person, they're gonna say this. If you talk to this person, they're gonna say it. And Tyler looked at me and said, I don't give a shit with nobody. He said, I build my own relationships. I said, we locked in. Boom. Then I got to, I was going to Atlanta. I said, hey, nigga, because that's how we talk. Nigga, I need you to come with me to Cardi B concert. He was like, I'm there. Boom. He pops outside. We go to his house the next day. We have a little moment there, all of us watching TV, watching a movie, and he has the spread laid out in this big old mansion. And he said, "Where y'all about to go?" I said, "We about to go to Cardi B. Come on, get dressed." He got dressed. Went day 2. Like we outside, so it's like then I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to this brunch for Catherine Bruton. I need you to pull up." He pulls up at the brunch. So I got Tyler Perry outside, which he don't go outside like that. So for me, it's like I'm building a relationship with somebody that I told him, I want to be where you at, and I want you to guide me to get there. Because the 50 million, cool, but I want to get to the 50 billion. How do I get there? Because you on your way out. Because he's set his life. I want to be there so I have the resources to do more for my community. And what I love about Tyler is he ain't no gatekeeper. He's like, let me show you, let me help you, let me guide you. So when I finally called him back to vent, it was less about here's all the things I'm going through dumping to like, here's what I'm trying to figure out. I have this going on. I have this going on. I have this going on. And I'm trying to get here, but I'm feeling weighed down by it. And so he just kind of talked me through how to like methodically think through it all. And I was like, yo, I want to just be able to call on you to do that. Because that exercise alone lifted me so where I could be here today and be like, okay, I'm good. Like it's all that chaos is still going on, but it'll work itself out.
Well, it's interesting how you look at Tyler Perry as somebody like, okay, I see what you're doing and I want to go there and kind of like show me the way. You do realize there's people who are watching that look at you like you're the Tyler Perry of digital.
Mm-hmm.
And do you do realize
he told me that? So
so I'm not blowing smoke up your ass,
but
right?
I don't see. But this is the problem that Tyler checked me. This is another thing. You got to get you friends who help you see who you are. You have said something similar too. Tyler came to my award show. We honored him. We did the whole thing, and I mean, we curate that thing. And you have to come June 4th next year, whatever.
Yes.
He sent me this long message after he said, "I hope you accept this in a positive way, but little Jason." Don't let Jason be who Jason, like who I saw in that room, the room that you curated, the power, the da-da-da-da-da. But because, we all have to a certain degree.
Imposter syndrome.
When I saw Viola Davis talk about it, I'm like, oh, she's a nut because she's a queen. That's the icon. We all got it. We all walk in rooms where we like, damn, I'm really in here. I hope I don't get kicked out or, because we do walk in sometimes with the noise of what people say we are or can't be or limitations or ceilings or da-da-da or restriction. We walk in with that. Tyler, the way he poured into me with how he saw me made me go back because I'm never gonna leave with the ego. Like I can turn up the ego for content. Like I'm a ego. Like I feel like you're the same way. Our ego is a creative ego. Like we'll be creatively ego about how we design, what it look like, how it hits, all the thing, editing and all that. But like when it comes to like me getting out the car right now and the woman's like, oh my God, Jason Lee, you are so beautiful. I was like, girl, you have a good day. I'm not going to sit there and go, I am that nigga. I am. Like, because the same way God gave it to you, he will take it away if you ain't staying in the work. And if you ain't staying in full gratitude of it or humble. But for Tyler Perry to tell me what he told me personally about how he saw me, made me go back and tell my therapist, like, I need to walk in the room with a little bit more confidence now. Not cockiness, but a little bit more confidence about what I'm capable of doing. When I left that brand right now at Soho House, and they asked me, what would you like? I told them exactly what I want. The millions that I want, what I'm going to do for it, how I want to do it. While I was sitting outside that meeting at Soho House, I was on a conference call with somebody in Marbella, Spain, telling him the millions I wanted it from his company to do something. But I walk with a little bit more confidence now, but that comes from a Tyler Perry. Now, in exchange for that, here's what I've told Tyler. You are the bridge between Oprah and Shade Room, Oprah and Hollywood Unlocked, Oprah and Jason Lee. You're the bridge because you are still on the ground and Oprah is up there. She up there. Well, Gail just went to the moon, right? They up there. Gail's a little closer to the floor, but Oprah is an icon in what we do. She paved the way. Hers and the wind, they paved the way. But we need you to let us pour love into you too. We need you to bring your resources to us. OWN should be in partnership with Carlos King. OWN, you probably are. OWN should be in partnership with Hollywood Unlocked. There should be this organic relationship of information and resource sharing that should happen without asking because she represents us and we represent her. And so her legacy is only going to be defined by how she creates that thread. But I said, Tyler, you're the link in between that. Now, the other thing is now that I have this relationship with Tyler Perry, y'all ain't going to fuck with him either. Because he not the type of person to go on social media and check you and da-da-da-da-da. And I think it's easy for people to just dump on anybody they know is not going to fight back. And I'm like, well, you know, all of us have to hold each other down because even having this conversation shed another light and another layer to Tyler helps the audience go, wow, Tyler really is that nigga. Like,
He really is.
Yeah.
He really is. No, I echo everything you're saying. And that's why when I said I was shocked, and I said to you, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
It's more so he is so protective of just his world that I got to know him by working with him, and it took like a year or two to really get to know him better because he definitely like tests you out a little bit just to make sure you're a good person.
he didn't do that with me. We went right into it.
Not with me.
Oh,
Well, no.
like head first, like right into it. But I think it's because when I met with him, I told him, here's all the good, but here's also all the stuff you're going to hear.
Which is impressive.
Had to, because if he goes over to the Kardashians, who he's friends with, and says, oh my God, I was just with Jason Lee. Kris Jenner, who I've known for 2010, that relationship has been up and down. She may say, oh my God, because that may be her point of view. But if she goes over here to this person or whatever, one day he's talking about how he thinks Cardi B is hilarious. I just put them in a group text. Now we having a good old time in the group text. You know, I love Tyler and I love what he represents. I love how many black jobs he's created, black stories he's created. And you know, when you're a producer and you're black, it ain't a lot of y'all back there. That's why everybody got to show up. If you want to run a show and you want to do a show, motherfucker, y'all better take that meeting before you go take it somewhere else. But our culture don't work like that.
No, they go to the white collar. Well, I'll get to that in a second.
And you ain't gonna get paid what they're paying them over there.
And if you're mad, you're not gonna blast them the way you'll blast with Jason Lee or Carlos King because you feel like, oh, let's be real. Because to your point, when white bloggers,
Now you really want to start this today? Because now
we can. When white bloggers, journalists, content creators talk the same shit about y'all do not blast them. But if it's the black content creators who do it, no matter you got 10 million followers or 10, there is something that the black talent takes personally as if I'm attacking you personally. No, I have an opinion on your music, your content, your reality moment, whatever. And that's when it comes to you. When it comes to you, do you feel like...
I'm gonna stop you right there. When I watch all the blacks show up at the Met Gala dressed like peacocks and looking stupid, and see this guy over here producing the show, he's laughing because it's fucking true. He done saw a couple peacocks walk up them damn steps at the museum that they don't never go in to be educated on shit, but you want to go to that high price dinner party, right? Because you got it, because you know, I gotta go to the Met. Those people don't care about you. They don't care. They don't talk about you every day. Half of you've never been on the cover of Vogue and will never be on the cover of Vogue because you don't have buying power and you don't have the talent. But you just want to be invited to sit at a table, to eat that chicken that y'all be talking about when y'all call me in the background, to sit at a party with people who don't care about you at all. But your affection and validation for whiteness is so strong. It's literally the thing that keeps your little black lives going. You'll show up more for that than you will of a Tatiana Jackson or a little black kid where's Nolan Wells? Y'all niggas ain't posting about him, but y'all trying to get that Met ticket. See, we are driven by corporation, driven by validation of whiteness, driven by this perception of the house nigga that wants to find a seat at the table while all the other niggas sit outside. That is a real criticism I have of our culture, and that's why the culture is in critical condition. Now, let me say this. I stopped subscribing to all that chaos long time ago because I realized very quickly that you all will sell the culture out, bash the culture, attack the culture, and say all the things that try to lift you up every day just to be a part of the conversation. But yet, when it comes to these other folks who won't even give you the prime real estate that a Hollywood Unlocked or a Shade Room or you would, you will criticize us every day because it's just an expectation that we show up. Like, what? No. When you go in the room, this is why I tell a Kevin Hart or a Tyler Perry or whoever, when you go in the room with Netflix and all those people around the table don't look like you, make sure they're spending money with us. Make sure that they're running that bag in marketing to us. Don't just assume we're going to talk about it because it's a black show or a black movie or a black song. No, pay the money. And the reason why I'm so critical of some of these celebrities is because why is it that Billboard will get you 10 times, but I can't get you once? It's not because I'm messy. It's because I'm going to have the conversation that you're going to go give Billboard anyway. You're going to go give it to them because you think that distribution somehow makes you look better. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Bristol Farms with Rihanna, and I'm going to play Spin That Shit for Young Miami with Rihanna when NDRE's attacking her. And then I'm going to clip it. I'm going to send it to Young Miami, let her put it up, and then now her song #1 on 2 parts of Billboard. Why? Because we're going to show love for us in an organic way and not wait for them to give it to us. That is my biggest criticism of the culture. Y'all will go to Michael Rubin's party and hang on each other's backs like, excuse me? But that's why I always say there needs to be a self-examination in the culture. Like, how am I pulling up? Why is Rihanna cool with him and why am I not? Why is she not afraid of him, but I am? He's been friends with Queen Latifah for 33 years, and he's never exposed her. Why would he expose little old me? I'm not even famous enough. You know, half these motherfuckers ain't famous. They more famous in their mind than they are in real life. So I just don't subscribe to it. You know, I just, whatever. You want to come over here? Cool, I want to help you. You don't, stay over there. I'm going to criticize you. It doesn't matter.
And that's the reason why I think you and I have always had a respectful relationship with each other, because I want you to know this. People are going to be shocked that we know each other.
Are they?
Yes. Because it's what you said in your 5-minute diatribe about the chaos of our culture, where we are under attack, and we're under attack because of us, right? They want to pit me and you against each other, right? We're both gay, we're both black, we're both, in terms of their eyes, messy. And at this point, I don't give a fuck, say it. But they don't understand that in real life, I have known you for years, and I don't feel the need to express it because there's no need to. And in real life, I know what you built. One of the things that I never told you, because I was waiting for the day you and I spoke on my show, because I do believe in giving flowers personally and publicly. One of the ways that I was like, oh, I respect this motherfucker, is when you were so open and honest about how when Wendy Williams was sick, on hiatus, what have you, and that purple chair, saw everybody from Remy and Fat Joe to white celebrities like Jerry O'Connell. And
I love Jerry. Hey, Jerry, I love
No, and these are great people. It's not shade to the people.
Yeah.
I'm just naming people in terms of, and when you were like, hey, Demar, hey, and they said to you, you're not big enough.
Oh, no. Before they gave the couch to them, they called me first because me and Wendy, I was taking Wendy to what's the club I be out here? The gay one that all the people go to. Anyway, I was taking Wendy to the gay club. We was in the club together. Me and Wendy were locked in. When Wendy got sick, her team was like, we need to call Jason. So they called me like, and this was like the head of Deborah Mercury, like, we want you, Jason, this is your lucky day. Lonnie, who ain't there no more, by the way. Look at that gag. It's your lucky day. Hey, what's up, Lonnie? What's going on? Wendy's not well, and she's not gonna be able to do season 18. We'd like you to host the show. I was like, what? Now look at your eyes. That's like Wendy Williams' show. You're gonna come and do the first week opening up season whatever of the Wendy Williams show. What? That is the call you're waiting for, to not for Wendy's show. I want my own. The call I'm waiting for is my own show, but I'll step in for my friend. Cool, not a problem. I'm on the phone. As I'm on the phone, I'm texting Cardi, bitch, I'm about to host a Wendy show. I need you to come day 2. Yes. She's like, yeah, I'll come. Okay. Tiffany, hey, I need you to come. They want me to host a Wendy show. Can you come the first day? We're going to do that. Yeah, done. Okay, I'm texting Mariah. Mariah, I need you to come in. We're going to surprise Norman because he's like, he's a lamb. We got to pop in. Can you imagine? I come out there doing my thing. Ding dong, open the door, and it's Mariah Carey. It would have been TV gold, right? Yeah. I'm texting Mariah Carey. I'm doing all the things. And then this motherfucker had the nerve. Oh, white man says, okay, who's going to co-host with you because you're not big enough? And it was such a blow to me that now a normal person would say, you know what, Lonnie, let me think about who can co-host with me because I'm going to make it fun, like a Fat Joe and Remy. No. God prepared me to step in for my friend when she needs me, to honor her chair, not make it mine, honor it for her while she can't be there in a way that really, truly gives the audience what they want, because they still want Wendy. They don't want me. But as Wendy's friend, knowing that I'm going to honor that chair for her and honor Norman and his contribution and honor, because you know, when you talk to a camera by yourself, that's not easy.
Baby.
It's not easy. And be entertaining at it. Okay. So to be disrespected that way, and then for them to say, you know, we would love Cardi B. No, you're friends with Nicki Minaj, right? No, I'm friends with Cardi B. Oh, same thing. I mean, no, it's not the same thing. Now you're disrespecting the culture.
That really happened?
Yes. So wait, you're disrespecting me because I ain't big enough. When I believe I can hold the show, because me and Suzanne, I know her, I know her husband, I know the bookers, I know the people, Jen Brookman. I'm like, what? Wait, now you're disrespecting the culture because we just the same thing, because just a black rapper. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are not the same person. And then to tell me I'm not big enough, you know what I said? Hey, Lonnie, no disrespect, but fuck you. And I got off the phone and I went and built my own fucking set, built my own show, called Amber Rose, I'm gonna put her out there, asked her for Puffy's number, got Puffy's number, called him, got my deal with Revolt done, got my show on the air, got with DeTavio, da-da-da. I did it. I showed, because nigga, you can't tell me that your rejection is bigger than what God has set up for me. Because God set up me, but God didn't want me to have that. See, because God didn't, I was bigger than daytime TV. Go build your own shit, own your shit. Okay, God, I listened. I was submissive. I surrendered to his plan. I didn't get in the creativity of, let me call up Carlos King and we could do it together, because we could have done it together. But that ain't what I wanted to do to support my friend. But some people will lay down and take whatever these people hand them, scraps, disrespect, insulting, just to get that opportunity. When I thought like, no, I'm gonna thug it all the way out. And I did it. And I'm so proud I did it, because I stood up for what I believed in. I stood up for my friend. The show's gone now. Everybody they've given it to is gone too. And you know, look at how they threw Sherry in there.
Well, I want to ask you this,
Yeah.
and this is, and
I love Sherry, by the way.
no, I love Sherry too, and it's not about her as a person, but I'm actually learning a lot of what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
right, with Sherry.
Yeah.
Do you think the reason why the show did not work is because she accepted what was given to her just because it was offered?
No, I will say Sherry, first of all, remember Sherry from The View.
Yes.
This is Sherry Shepherd now. Sherry is she knows TV. She was trained by Barbara Walters. She ain't no new girl off the street. That she not a B. Simone that just came and said, I want to host the Wendy show. That's no shade to Wendy. I know that's no shade to B. Simone.
Jason.
No, we ain't friends no more either, but that's another story.
Oh my God.
There wasn't no shade towards her. She did some fake shit she know about. But anyway.
Okay.
Hey, baby. So this is Sherry Shepherd, who literally knows daytime, who's trained by Barbara Walters, who knows that crossover market, and she still does stand up she know, like, this is Sherry Shepherd. No, they set Sherry up for failure because they brought her in, same stage, same staffs. I mean, you had Norman out there. Like, you set her up for the audience to go, this ain't Wendy, why, da, da, da. But what I love about Sherry is Sherry built her own stage. She built, like, when they redesigned, I mean, Sherry did a great job. I just think the market of linear TV is changing, right? It's like, it's too expensive to produce now. Audience, we got a show right here. We got a whole audience watching, and we ain't had to pay $1 to IOTA to put them in a room. No insurance, no high overhead. It's one person in here. My show, I got 2 people producing my show for BET. So BET that may have 80 staff producing a show, I got 2. So the whole business is changing. I just think that, you know, Sherry did a great job of doing what she needed to do for her opportunity that presented itself. She didn't compete with Wendy. She didn't argue with Wendy's audience. She did great. So I have no criticism of her. I have criticisms, though, of us that continue to show up and support companies that are owned by people that don't look like us, that target our audiences and not pay us what we're worth or respect what we built. Wendy built that throne. She built it at Hot 97 to make a Charlemagne. She built the talk show for me to have a show. So, like, we got to give her flowers. And I feel like so many people shitted on Wendy because of her content and her delivery. When she went from calling people gay on the radio to saying, how you doing? It was still a nice way of saying, we knew what it was. Wendy's she's a fucking icon. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. That was crazy, though. You're not big enough. I'll never forget that. And the reason why I had and when I said it on my podcast, He called me. Did you go on live and say that? I said, motherfucking right. You motherfucking right. Yeah, I did. Yep, I sure did. And look at how my guy works. He ain't over there no more. He married some younger girl. He like in his 60s. She probably like 20 something. She probably getting him for all the little money he had. Probably ran out. He probably gonna be in conservatorship like Wendy. So I look at him like, look at, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. Yes, I use the scripture. Yes, because everybody who's ever tried me has lost everything. And I love it. I live in it. As soon as I see him lose, I call him, look, you lost it. God got you. Bye.
Is it true that you were the front runner to replace
Oh,
Wendy at
here
the
you
Breakfast
go.
Club?
Here you go with the nonsense.
Is it true?
Let me say this. I was the first guest host when Angela left, and it was dynamic, and everybody was like, oh. So the fans started that up. And then the weekend, shout out to Abel. By the way, I didn't even know he was as big as he is. Like, I know he's big. He's the weekend, but like, he invited me to his show, and I went in there, and I mean, this motherfucker sold out a SoFi Stadium like 3 or 4 nights in a row, and it was like, they're like, "Yo, that's our God." Like anyway, Abel, I had to call him on vocal rest. Like, nigga, you are an icon. Anyway, him and Beyonce neck to neck. I'm just leave it at that. I know y'all gonna argue in the comments. In terms of like, whatever, they gonna be mad about that, but it's true. Even Weekend was like, yo, you killed that shit. That needs to be your seat. No, I was okay with that. They just quite frankly couldn't afford me. That's what it was.
Were you offered the job?
I was never offered the job. I was encouraged to apply. I also don't feel like I should have applied.
When you say encouraged to apply, what does that mean?
I was told, you should put your name in the hat. Charlemagne has been one of my biggest supporters behind the scenes.
He loves you.
No, Charlemagne, the God, before everybody saw it, claimed it. He's the one that spoke me into therapy. He's the one that, he calls me out on my shit privately, not publicly. He's not a mentor, but in a way, he's kind of like my mentor. Like, I look at Charlemagne and Wendy as like, yo, Charlemagne has, I'm what he used to be in some respect of like some of the, and I'm evolving. He's the one that say, no, you're a culture critic. You're not no blogger because you don't write stories, or you're not. So I look at and have a lot of respect for Charlemagne, and would I have loved to do it? Yeah. Would I have loved to be up at 5 a.m. 5 days a week? No.
That's not you.
That's not me.
That's not you.
No.
Jess Hilarious told me in an interview she thought it was going to be your job.
I want to thank Jess for that, because we haven't always been on the same page with things, but I do feel like I appreciate what she said about that. I don't know. I mean, it was, shout out to Tom Pullman and everybody at iHeart. I loved iHeart because I had a syndicated radio show, went from rating 0 to #1 in 72 markets on the weekend or whatever, but just they couldn't find no more money for me. Like, for me, it's like, yeah, it was easy and turnkey, and yeah, it looks good, but like, I don't want no shiny ornament job. I want that motherfucking bag. Give me my money. Somebody told me the other day they wanted me to do something with a brand and test how it is. I ain't no motherfucking test. Bitch, when I push play, when I push send, when I push it, it's gonna fucking go. I don't need to if you need to test, you better test. Go get tested. By the way, I'm HIV negative. I'm big about
I saw you posted on Threads.
I did. I want people to know, like, it's important
I
to go
know you
get
did,
checked.
baby. You said know your status, and you did say that too.
Yeah.
So no, that's good. I'm glad you're letting the world know that because
But it's important because I was afraid for years to get tested. Like, and I was being sexually reckless and drinking all the things and partying all that. And then now that I'm like on PrEP and still active, but on PrEP and tested and all that, like, I'm really big on like sexual health. And so, yeah, I posted that the other day, and everybody was like, why are you telling us? Because we need to know. Do you know? Like, and it's okay if you're not, but I hope you're taking care of yourself and others. Like, let's be responsible. So, now I'm talking to Gilead, like, what we gonna do? Let's work together. Let's get out here and educate women too, and straight men about PrEP, because y'all need to be on it too.
Are you in a relationship?
Nope. Only with God.
Are you dating?
I go on dates frequently.
There's this perception
What?
that the gay Black community has of you.
No, because who is the gay Black community? Is there an organization?
No, they're online.
Are they online?
I'm gonna
wait. I need to know what gay Black community, because let me tell you.
The ones online.
Let me tell you this. One of the biggest challenges with the Black gay community, because if you go all the way back to Paris is Burning, and you look at those little brown kids in the streets who were out in the streets because their parents displaced them because they were gay, like, we have a history of cannibalizing our community and then being mad when it don't show up for us. The trans don't like the gays don't believe the bis, the straights, The the community, before you tell me, I'm gonna listen to it, but before you tell me what the gay community thinks about me, what does the gay community think about itself?
Mm-hmm.
The only jobs that you have, that one line, you ain't even number 1 on the call sheet. Number 18 on the call sheet is you wearing heels, makeup, and sister girl in it. That's who we are. We all ain't that. So, there needs to be a reconciliation. By the way, they do want to honor me at Atlanta Pride. I might be there if we could figure it out. But
In October.
yeah, or not Memorial Day, Labor Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
There needs to be a reconciliation within the gay community. We need to have a HOA for the gay community. We need to have a meeting where we come together and say, what the fuck are we doing? Because all we do is cannibalize each other. But anyway, tell me what the gays say. What they say. The ones online or wherever they at.
That when it comes to men, that you have this affinity for light skin, younger men. I'm sure you've heard that.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm not lying to you.
I heard I have AIDS. I've heard I have...
Oh my God.
Not AIDS. Oh yeah, AIDS. I mean, they went to AIDS. They bypassed HIV. I've heard I have AIDS. I've heard I was on heroin. I've heard I have crack, of all the things. I've been called all things. Here's the deal. I'm 48 years old. So if I date a 45-year-old, he's younger. Will I date a 25-year-old? Won't date. Will I have fun with one? Absolutely. Are you crazy? In what country? That's the question. It's not about whether I would. If he light-skinned, dark-skinned, today a South African tried me who was darker than you is gorgeous. Serge Ibaka, who I was with last night, who's straight, by the way, unfortunately. One of the most sexiest, good-smelling men that I know, who is dark skin from the Congo. He's when you say my type is a good looking man, not a white one. I just don't date white men. I do date Latin men. I do date Middle Eastern men, African men, light skin, dark skin. That to me is, that's always been a thing, because I think earlier on in my podcast, when I didn't really understand the power of my platform, I'd be like, yeah, I went to New York and saw this light-skinned Dominican with pink lips and tattoos and da-da-da-da. And people were like, oh, that's his type.
Okay. So that's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. That was way back in the day. And then, you would see me one, it's like, there you go, there you go, there you go. And I tend to date Dominicans at the time. I went through this Dominican era where they did look alike. My friends would be like, well, I know that's the one. But what I love now is like the people I be talking to now, while I walk in the room, they definitely write them off because they believe, oh, that ain't his type. It's like, okay. I just don't feel like I need to make a proclamation of the type of person I would date or I'm into, because as long as you're an honest person, you're loyal, you don't cheat or steal, because some of y'all be stealing, and you're healthy and you're good looking, you have a chance. And you could work at Starbucks, you could be an attorney, you could be a doctor, you could be a basketball player, you could be singer, rapper, you could be whoever. Just be a good-hearted person. I will say this, at 49, though, I also have to mentally be into you now. It ain't just the physical. It used to be just like if you look good. Now it's like, you really got to we got to be able to stimulate each other on some real conversation. Because I'm talking to families who are losing their kids every day. I'm talking to people who are getting pushed out of their homes. And I'm coming home with real shit. So what we talking about? We're not talking about blunts and PlayStation or Xbox or whatever the fuck they be playing. I'm talking about how we get to this bag, or I used to be okay with the Dominican from Dykeman who just wants to come and smoke hookah. No, we can't do that.
But can you are a rich, powerful man.
Okay.
Can you see yourself with another man like you? Or do you prefer to have somebody that may have more time to travel with you? And
I love how you said that, because that's important for some people.
No.
Right?
Yes.
I do not want to date somebody who has to check in with his boss about going on vacation. So there's that. So to that extent, I'm willing to meet somebody who's there and say, go ahead and leave, and let's figure out what you want to do. Go ahead and leave today, not tomorrow. Leave today.
My brother.
Leave today. Let's figure out what you want to do, and let me help you with that. And then let's do that, because I do want you around, but I want you to have independence to where if you ever want to walk away, it's not a decision. It's not a negotiation. It's like, I'm leaving. You got your own bank account, you got your own money, you got your own stuff. You can go. I don't want you here for my life. I want you to be in addition to my life. So I have been very intentionally now meeting more people like that. I did try the whole let me date a 48-year-old who's successful, agent, And I didn't know the whole date was like an audition, like to go to WME. I'm like, wait, are we auditioning to go to your agency? Like, we not, wait, hold on, wait, hold on, hold on. What? Oh, baby, haven't seen them since. Gorgeous, great, but like, nah.
I fucks with you.
Uh-huh.
Because, yes, that's what I'm on.
But yeah.
We're the same person when it comes to that. I agree with you.
Yeah, but I'm not no sugar daddy. Like,
The thing is this, what people don't understand, which is why I love that you said, I don't mind you having a job where you check in with a boss.
Yes.
If you want to be with a Jason Lee or Carlos King,
yes.
then we have to figure out what your passions are, because 9 times out of 10, that's not your passion.
Right.
And I don't mind you figuring it out, and I'm helping you figure it out.
Because you may not have the time and bandwidth because of this job that keeps you so chained down to unlock the dreams that you have. So like, let me free up some time so you can just get centered and figure out what is it that I want to do. And let's try that. And then if that don't work, I'm going to tell you a story about this guy I was talking to, and he's you know, I'm going to just put it, I ain't going to say his name though, because I actually like him. We're friends still. Model. You know, I'm like, okay, you're modeling now. Okay. There is a sunset on being a male model. There's a time.
Yeah.
And although you're successful at modeling, why don't you Airbnb your apartment, move in with me so you don't have to pay no bills. Now you make another stream of revenue from your Airbnb. And let's figure out how we build your own clothing line that you become the face and creative director of. And then we'll go get the funders, because I was head of media and partnerships for Kanye West. So I kind of know some people in that space. And let's build a brand that I'll handle some of the marketing. So I'll take a small equity, but you own it. It's yours. And then you can shoot on location. We can go, you can do whatever you want. You make your own schedule. And his response to me was, you're trying to control me. And I was like, okay. So we went into therapy together. Like, let's go in therapy.
You really liked him.
Let's really try this. So let's go in therapy together. Therapist was talking to him, and he was very set on, you're trying to control me. He really likes me. But I think there's something where I think it's my world is a lot, and then the fear of what's going to happen and what he's been through. I can't live in that. I can say that if you, at the time, not anymore, but like, if you want to do this, I'm willing to work with you to put you in a position of ownership so you have the freedom to love the way I want to be loved, and in return get loved the same, but then also have a stream of revenue and still be able to go back to your place because it's Airbnb if you want to. So we put the other place. And the response was, you're trying to control me. That's when I realized that there's just a lot of damaged people out there too. So sometimes the not working out is because people got shit they got to work on.
I also think this too. I think our community, the gay Black community, we weren't aware, raised, all the things to accept a softer life in a relationship, because we unfortunately did not have any examples of that growing up. And I do think one of the deficits of our community, besides the masculinity, femininity, which is always going to be an issue for them, not for me, top, bottom, all of that, is a gay Black man does not understand what love looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he could not get past the fact that this man wants me so much, he is willing to help me. And the fact that you said, motherfucker, keep your apartment, keep everything you want to do, but join me in helping you go the next level. A woman would do that in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
But a gay Black man, they don't understand that concept, and they think I'm controlling you.
Yeah.
And I agree with you with that.
And it's just unfortunate, because that was one that I was like, okay, this one I can make work. I mean, whatever. But, you know, I also look at it like, okay, now my work with my therapist is like, what does a relationship look like? Because we also have to get to a point where we all know that we are deserving of love. Like, a lot of us don't know that we are deserving of it. Tiffany Haddish is the one that I always give the credit to, who walked me through the process of self-love, because I remember interviewing Jennifer Lewis years ago, and she said, baby, have you ever looked in the mirror and told yourself you loved yourself until you cried? And I said, I ain't doing that. And I did it one day, and I had to force myself to sit there and do it. And this was when I was 323 pounds and all the things. And I remember getting really emotional, because it was really hard to reconcile that I have been deserving the whole time. When my mother gave me away, when my brother got killed, when my dad didn't show up for me, all these things, all these moments where I didn't feel that love showed itself to me, that I was feeling that I wasn't worthy of it, that manifested into how reckless I became. Once you start to have those type of revelations and then go, I got more birthdays behind me than I do ahead of me. Wait a minute. So how am I spending every minute of my day? Wait, who am I dealing with? What type of energy am I around? Then you start to put things in perspective. So now when somebody says to me like, yo, I want to hang with you. What does that mean? I don't have to, if you want to, what you do, don't what you doing me. I don't let nobody just what you doing me on text because you could put that on Instagram. That what you doing could be me texting BET, what you doing because I want to talk about another show. Tyler Perry, what you doing because I need to come to Atlanta because I need to put this idea in front of you. What you doing for me has to have some reciprocal value. And it's not about being an asshole. It's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I want to hang out. Hang out? Let's party with a purpose. My birthday party this year is going to be a fundraiser where I raise $500,000 for my nonprofit. So everybody that comes to that dinner, it's going to be 100 seats, 5,000 a seat. Everybody's welcome. How many of my friends got it, want to show up? How many of my friends got it and don't want to show up? Okay, you can't make it. You can send 5,000. I'm going to test everybody who's in my ecosystem. And if you don't want to show up and you don't want to support me, just tell me I don't want to support you. I would respect that more than the I'm unavailables and I ain't, if you got it and you can't make it, because people at that level, they send the check, So now, but who told me that? Rihanna. She's like, make your party make sense for you. Do a party that's important to you. Stop making it about everybody. Every year you do a party, you invite everybody and you paying for everything. Make it all about you. I had to give myself permission to be selfish. And I blame Rihanna for that. So it's like when you want to know why is he like her, why is she like him? Because that's how we over here building. And I look at, again, like to your point, there's so much damage in our community. Like, why would a person to somebody who has it all, who don't need you for nothing, say, I want you so bad, I'm going to build you up and make you live out what you're trying to live out in a way that gives you the independence to walk away when it no longer serves you, but you still say, oh, no, you're trying to control me. You self-sabotage your own shit because you didn't believe you're worthy of love. That may be a book or something, like where we have to figure out how to because I don't think we know that we're all deserving of it.
No, and that's why I always, when I talk to someone that looks like us, I always make sure to talk about it because no one else will, because no one else knows. Before I let you go, one thing that I do want you to address. People think you have a hard-on for Beyonce.
I love Beyonce.
A lot of people know you love her. And you have made that explicitly clear. A lot of people, though, Jason, they weren't happy when you were on your show. And they felt you threatened to expose her. And they felt that was, you went too far when it comes to that. What do you have to say to the people in terms of how do you reconcile saying, I love you, you're the greatest thing, and they make fun of you chasing her when you already addressed that, we got to get into it, but then use your same platform to say, I know things about you, and I will say it.
Well, that's not what I said.
Go ahead.
So again, it's like the internet is this cyclone of telephone. Like he did what, he said what, who he say he gonna, and this is why I never really get into those weeds because those weeds are for the people again who navigate at a level that I'm far beyond. What I will say first is I don't give a fuck what nobody think about my relationship with Beyonce because it doesn't matter what people think. They're free to think whatever they want. As it relates to Beyonce, the people around her, like Angie Beance, who I love, knows. Ty Hunter, who's a friend of mine, who introduced me to Beyonce, knows. Neil, who does her hair, who's a friend of mine, knows. Jules, her nephew, knows. Kelly Rowland, who I talked to not long ago, who saw all the internet stuff. We had a conversation. She knows how much I love her.
She checked you.
And Beyonce. Oh, yeah.
Kelly checks the girls.
Kelly Rowland. You know what's so crazy? She didn't check me the way that people would expect. Kelly knows how much I love Kelly. Like, Kelly's one of the most beautiful girls, flawless skin, sweet. Anytime Kelly see you in a room, the way she lights up, it's like the only way I could define it is joy. I love Kelly Rowland. I've always admired her. When her and Khalees were friends, years ago, I remember Khalees she did some event where she cooked something at a restaurant and Kelly was there and we had a moment. So I've always loved Kelly. I think what I was so mad about was how the internet turned this thing, because they never heard what I said. I bleeped it out or
and
whatever.
you showed your co-host, and they gagged.
Yeah, but that was just my way of getting the internet's attention because Yvette No Shore wouldn't get the message to Beyonce, so I had to get it to Beyonce. Because I'm not going to call Angie Beance, who I love, and put her in an awkward situation and say, "This is what's going on. I need to talk to B." Like, I'm not going to call. Who am I to call up the queen and say, put me on the phone with Beyonce? Like, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna bother Kelly Rowland and say, Kelly, because first of all, I got to call Tim, her husband. I got to will and deal with him. I ain't doing all that. I'm not doing it. So let me get everybody's attention. Beep. And I know how to do this. So I got everybody's attention. Now, what I didn't think of when I did that was that it would like spin out of control. But the internet is a reckless highway that, I tend to frequent. But the thing I will say about Kelly Rowland, first of all, she loved Beyonce. She gonna have it. If Beyonce say we got to go do a drive-by, Kelly's gonna drive the car. Kelly will say, "Do you want or do you want me to drive?" That's what I love about her. So I'll tell you, I went to Cardi's concert with not Cardi. Wait, yeah, it's Cardi. I went to Cardi's concert with Tiffany Haddish and friends. Was it Cardi's concert? Anyway, it was somewhere to see Cardi. And we went to Cardi's dressing room. And so me and Tiffany were like, okay, let's go find it was Cardi's concert, the tour that just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I went to so many. It was the LA show. And I knew Kelly was mad at me because I had heard she was mad at me or whatever. And so I go to the show and so I'm like, let me go back there and holler at Cardi real quick. So me and Tiffany were walking backstage and we opened the door to go into Cardi's room. And as soon as we opened the door, Kelly Rowland's sitting there. I'm like, fuck, like fuck, because she's from Houston. She might get up, we might have to square up. You know what I mean? I love Kelly though. So I walk in and Kelly's sitting there and part of me was like, damn, I just want to go hug her because I love her so much. But like, I ain't gonna hug her because she mad as shit. But she ain't looking like she mad. I just know she's mad. So Tiffany walks in and so Tiffany's in front of me. Everybody loves Tiffany. So Kelly's like, hey girl. And they're like, hey girl in it. So when Kelly hugs Tiffany, obviously now her face is on Tiffany's shoulder and she sees I'm right behind her. So now I'm like, do I say hi? Do I not say hi? But it's just Kelly, her husband, me, Tiffany, and my friend. So it's not like there's an audience. So I'm like, you know what? Nope, I'm not going to bother her not because I want to be shady, but I want to respect her peace. That is Kelly motherfucking Rowland over there. I'm leaving her alone. So I don't say anything. And Kelly goes, hi, to all of us. And I go, hi. And I leave it at that. So I'm thinking, okay, at least we spoke. But it's not like how I usually see Kelly. So I left it at that. And then we all sat down and it was quiet, and then they came and got Kelly and her husband and they left and it was just us in the room. I was like, yo, that was awkward as shit. Now, by this time, all the people are in the room and now we're in this private room. So I'm like, yeah, that was kind of awkward. Damn, so Tiffany was like, what happened? What was going on? So I started explaining to Tiffany, like, she's mad at me because this internet thing, So we're there for a while. The door opens, it's Kelly and her husband and they're walking out and now the room is full with people and Kelly's about to leave. And so I'm literally sitting here like this and Kelly walks by. And so everybody's like, bye, bye. So she's like, bye, bye. And so she walked by. And then I feel a hand on my shoulder right here. And I turn around and it's Kelly. And I said, nope, I ain't going to do this with you. I am not doing, because you know damn well I love the queen. You know I love you. She goes, Jason. And she goes, I thought you loved us. I said, you know damn well I love you. And you know I would never shade Beyonce. You know that. I'm not going to have this conversation with you and in front of all these people because it's still a personal, private thing if we're going to talk about it for really to get into it. And I said, nope. I said, I love her. I love you. I would never. She goes, but Jason, we kind of feel like you attacked the family. I'm like, no, I love her and I love you. And she goes, we love you too. And then her husband was like, come on. You know how your husband was like, come on, we got here. And she was like, hold on a second, hold on. And I said, I want you to know I love you. I love her. It wasn't that. I'm willing to tell you what it was. I did tell her a little bit about what the concern was or who it was related to. And she was like, all right, we gonna talk. We cool. It's cool. And then we left it at that. But it wasn't no beef. When I saw it, now the one that kind of hurt me though, that I felt bad about, and I don't have her information anymore because I have a new phone, Angie Beance, her cousin. I did see her at a party and she was standing there. I was like, damn, I want to hug Angie, but I can't hug Angie because it's weird. And when she got by me, she said, Jason. And I said, Angie, I love, and we just talked really briefly, but I still want to, at some point, if I ever run into B and if she ever gives me a chance to say anything, we can have a kiki on the side because Beyonce, she paying attention to what you're doing. She paying attention to what I'm doing. She pays attention to everything, but there's no beef. There's no beef. I love Beyonce. She's the fucking GOAT. How can you hate Beyonce?
Okay, we know that Beyonce watches. So Beyonce's looking at this right now.
Yeah.
And this is your moment.
Yeah.
what would you like to say?
Well, I'm not gonna, I don't want to say
No,
nothing.
not in terms of the specifics.
Listen.
Go ahead.
The conversation I had then and that I have now will be for her if she ever wants it. But obviously she's Beyonce. I've talked to Michael Jackson. I've danced on stage with Prince. I know Rihanna. I work with Kanye. The GOATs. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, who showed me lots of love. Weekends. I'm in Tyler Perry. I'm in the conversation with Madonna's. I'm
We're in the rooms.
I'm in the room with the GOATs.
Yeah.
The GOATs who want to have the relationship, I'm open to having a relationship with them and clear the airs and whatever. I don't ever feel like I need to be submissive to anybody because of they're a singer or a rapper or an actor or nothing, because nobody's above or better than anybody. But I would absolutely love to clear the air, because one thing I never want, and I think the only thing I would ever feel bad about, is if Beyonce felt like, damn, Jason, who loved me all these years, like don't like me, or hates on me, or what? No, I love her. She's fucking Beyonce. But I will say this: every artist, everybody who's in this business needs to have a team that actually gives a fuck. That isn't just thinking because they work with an artist they can shit on and treat anybody any type of way. Because I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. When you see me walk in that motherfucking room, you're going to respect me. You're going to put some respect on my name, or you're going to suffer the consequence. And then you all can fucking deal with it over Thanksgiving dinner. It's not my problem. Yvette No Shore is somebody I had a lot of respect for. And Yvette knows that. She will tell you that. I just saw Yvette recently at BET Awards. She didn't speak to me. I didn't speak to her. It's no beef. It's just she know where I stand now. I was in St. Lucia. Saw her backstage. She stopped and talked to my friends. We didn't speak. No beef. Because she know what she did. Am I willing to sit down and talk to Yvette? That's where the issue is. But it's because I worked hard as a black man to own one of the biggest, most relevant companies in culture, and then you don't respect my business, and you a black publicist from Grenada, and I know what you went through. You represent one of the biggest black stars of our lifetime, and you saw how they shitted on Beyonce when she started. You saw how they treated her, how they disrespected her mother when she showed up with them clothes she made and thinking that they weren't cute enough. When that woman, the mother and her father quit their jobs to put everything they had into their. You saw that shit. How the fuck you see their grind and I have a respect for mine? Nah, fuck that. And I'm not supposed to say nothing because you work for Beyonce? You ain't Beyonce. So now Beyonce know how I feel. I love Beyonce down. Like she gave us. What the fuck she gave us? What's the album she gave us?
All 7 of them.
What's that? Not the last one, the Cowboy one. What's the one?
Oh, Renaissance. Yes.
And I say this with all due respect. That bitch gave us an album to celebrate in our community that we would have never saw from another artist.
I said that too. Yeah.
So for me, and when I say that bitch, I mean that's our bitch.
No, that's mother.
You know what? That's mother.
That's mom.
That bitch gave us an album that I play to this day. Because I could see myself and I see Uncle Johnny, we see us, and that was a gift to our community in a way without using us, like I talked about earlier. So for me, and I'm getting goosebumps, even the way she partnered with Madonna on that shit, like what she has done deserves to be respected, but it also deserves to be protected by the people she put around her. Don't shit on people and treat people like that. And since I've been speaking out, then other people coming like, you know this, you know this, you know this. And I got stories that, again, if I spilled all the tea that this little genius might have, baby, it ain't enough bandwidth on earth to handle it all. That she probably don't even know. So what I get frustrated as, here I am out the tea spiller, and I love how the whole conversation is gone. People think you messiness and I'm gonna tell you something off camera that don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. You're gonna be like, and you never said nothing? It would make international news. But I choose not to do it because I know the destruction it will cause to other people. I know how Young Miami was feeling, how she was being shitted on by NDRE and all these people out there shitting on her song. But you didn't do the same to Sexy Red, who was talking about her booty hole brown and all this other shit. You weren't attacking her, but you want to attack Young Miami because you think it's popular to dump on her right now because her nigga did something. No, we're not going to let you bully her like that. So I teamed up with Rihanna. We put that out. Now what? Spin that shit. But I ain't gonna get credit for that. I ain't gonna get credit for putting Jonathan Majors on the stage when y'all try to take him out and show him that black men are worthy of redemption. You're not gonna shit on my brother Jonathan. That's why he put Magazine Dreams out. And he's killing y'all because he's one of the best actors in the world. You're not going to give me that credit and that grace because it's okay. But I don't do it for that. I do it because I do what the fuck I want to do. As it relates to Beyonce, she mother. Anytime if mother call me, tell me where you want me to be. I'll get a first class flight and I'll be there because I love her. So there's that. There's no beef. And Kelly Rowland, pull up.
Not pull up.
I love Kelly Rowland though. I love him.
All right, Alex, 5 more minutes. All right. So I want to play a rapid fire.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Shout out to Melissa Ford. Now let's get into that real quick.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, I love Melissa Ford. I think people, obviously we didn't work
Why
out.
did she leave Hollywood
Well, I'm not getting into that because
Okay.
she tell her own story.
Okay.
I felt she had went on Drink Champs and she had a little too much liquor, and everybody knows. And I don't even know if she drinks anymore. But Mel, when she drinks, she's a little fun. She got a little loose lipped and she said some slick shit, and I went on there and said some slick shit. But at the core of it all, when I started this thing on the mic, it was Melissa Ford was the only person that I trusted to sit with me, because it's hard to have a co-host. That's why you got your own shit. The king, fuck all that. When you got a king and a queen, y'all niggas is competing for mic time, and me and her found a rhythm when I didn't even know what I was doing that literally competed with the Breakfast Club in a way. They were like, what they doing over there? And I was able to find comfort in doing this thing with her as my road dog, because we would lay it up and whatever. And so I didn't like how we fell out, but I did like how she talked to you.
She talked to me.
And I like the way she handled that conversation, because you set her up to do some messy shit, because you were trying to fucking cause a wedge between me and Melissa Ford, because you was trying to be a messy ass bitch.
I was asking the right question.
You asked the wrong motherfucking question. And I ran into Carlos in the gym in Miami, baby. He said hello, and I had a mouthful about that because I felt like motherfucker, But no, Melissa, I am so happy to watch her doing her own thing right now. She finally did what all of us do who start something. It's like that flight with turbulence until you get coasting. She's now coasting, doing her own thing. She got one of the last interviews with Michael Jamal Warner. She's visible. You see her. She created her own. She owns, and she knows what it takes to do that. So I love the conversation that you all had, and that was the conversation that allowed me to go back to her, slide in her DMs like, "What's up?" Thank you for that. And, and we talked or whatever. And then she went over to Joe Budden's podcast and let him use her to try to shit on me. And then he fucked her over, and she learned the hard way that, everybody ain't your friend, and a wolf in sheep's clothing ain't nothing but a bitch. But nah, tell the guy back here to stop laughing, because I'm trying to stay positive, okay? By the way, he's attractive. See, now they say I don't like dark-skinned men. Y'all can't see what's behind the camera.
He's straight.
He can't be attractive. Okay, fuck you.
No, I just want you to know.
Okay,
just in
hold on.
case,
I was okay. The nigga.
I know my man. I know my man.
Wait, he got a Leo on his shirt. It don't mean I want to hear 1 million or 4-page letter. I'm just saying. I'm an observation.
Because I know you. When Jason,
I am not going to bother this man.
We've been in clubs together. When Jason Lee sees a man he wants.
First of all,
baby, no, you don't play the mother.
I'm an Andy Cohen in that situation. I'm gonna go get what I want. Shout out to Andy.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to fight Andy one night. He got one that I wanted. But ananyway, no, I don't. First of all, I don't want. No, that is. I don't want the man. I'm just saying. I'm just talking. Anyway, he's attractive. What the fuck was I talking? Oh no, Melissa Ford. Yeah, no, Melissa, man. She's Melissa fucking Ford. Like, she is who she is, and I think at times she hasn't given herself the credit that she deserves for paving the way for lots of people, and a lot of people disrespected her along the way. And I think that obviously our relationship didn't work out, and she maybe felt like, I should have been there for her when she needed me or something, And I look forward to the day that me and her can, do a one more time. Like, let's sit down and have a one, because our fans, our fans want to see it. So I told Giovanni, I ran into him once, like maybe the three of us sit down and just do a one more show, because he left and then she left and then I left, whatever. But nah, I have love for Melissa Ford. I just, I was in my feelings. That Drink Champs episode, I was like, I went in there, I told Noriega, I'm coming to burn everybody down today. And I did. And, but I love Melissa.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I need to ask you this.
Yes.
When I say this, I'm not saying this because we're friends. The way Tyler Perry built his own studio for movies and scripted, you have done that in the digital space. And there's tons of people out there who came before you, who was on YouTube, doing other shit before you, even some who are doing it now. You literally built this shit. And I'll be remiss not to ask this for the many people who look up to you. How did you create Hollywood Unlocked and build this empire? Because a lot of people give that credit to Floyd Mayweather, and you give him his props for what he has was done for you. But what advice do you have for people?
Let me say this. People at first, they say, oh, he's Floyd Mayweather's best friend, so Floyd's giving him whatever he wants. Floyd, being friends with Floyd Mayweather or a Robert Smith, the second most wealthiest black man in the country who just raised $100 billion, actually makes it harder for me because when you go ask for the money, they're like, why can't Floyd just give it to you? Why can't Robert just give it to you? I'm buying a company right now for $20 million, and they're like, why can't Robert just give you all the money? Because that's not our relationship. If Robert wants to do anything, Robert will, but that's not my relationship with Robert. My relationship as an entrepreneur is to go out and figure out what I want, build my cap stack, go and invite the right strategic partners to the table, make sure that my equity stays where it is to allow me to keep control and know all the verticals that I want to build. That's what I'm as an entrepreneur. I'm a smart ass businessman. When it comes to like what I've been able to build, when I started Hollywood Unlocked, the thing that Alex Avon, who's a friend of mine, said to me is,
Love Alex.
okay, so Alex is the one that said to me, like, why don't you build your own company? And that's how the Hollywood Unlocked thing came about. All these things I wanted to do, he said, yo, you're a jack of all trades, but you don't master anything. That was like, that was like a gut check. So he said, you need to master one thing and then build on that. Cause you want to do it all. You want the events, you want the shows, build the foundation. So I went and built HollywoodUnlocked.com, got on Love and Hip Hop to promote it, then got on my Wildin' Out to diversify it, then launched the podcast to have my own voice that I had creative control and Final Cut approval. Then I wanted to license that to make more money. Then that led to building this, then that led to building that. Then I wanted to honor people after they say I couldn't go to award shows, so I built my own award show. And then I wrote a book because I wanted to tell my story to help other people. And now the book's becoming a movie. It's like, I'm the jack of all trades who mastered one thing and then built on that. So I had to build the foundation of Hollywood Unlocked, and then I had to build all the pillars. When I built the agency side of Hollywood Unlocked, my first client was Kanye West, and then I went and took on Enhanced Healthcare, then I went and took on this person, and then I started, consulting people and saying, oh, in order for me to consult you, my fee is X. And I'll tell you all, for those of you watching, since he want to ask about money, my fee is $1 million a year. If you're not willing to pay or unable to pay, I don't understand how to find the time to work for you. That is what it takes, and that is what it took Kanye. That's what it took Enhance, and that's what it'll take anybody and any other client that I've worked for on the side, whether you've known or not known. If you want me to consult you, if you want me to spend the time opening up my Rolodex, my resources, my thoughts, my creative ideas, it's $1 million a month, and the payment has to be on time every time. Kanye said, I'm gonna just pay you in one payment. The other people pay me monthly, quarterly, whatever, but you just gotta pay me. And so, yeah, I built Hollywood Unlocked, in a very strategic way, and there's still much more I want to do. And when I exit, my goal is I want to exit $1 billion. I want to at least have 50%, so I can then go and become an investor, philanthropic shit, and do all the other things I want to do. And I hope Tyler says I have 10 more years. I told him I want 5. I want to be done in 5. He was like,
I
nope.
see 10.
10?
When you sell it for the 100,
the billion.
10.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it'll go like that.
Yeah.
Because you're good now.
Yeah.
Would you work with Kanye West again?
Kanye and I mean, let me say this. Right now, no. Because the one thing I would say is Kanye respected me to the extent that when he knew I was gonna leave, he called me and said, "You're leaving, huh?" Yeah, I was out. He never I didn't have the relationship everybody else did. So would I work with him today? No. Would I work with Kanye, who was healthy, in his right mind, had a very clear direction he wanted to go and focus all the things? Yes, because again, I think everybody's worthy of redemption, but all the work you have to do to be worthy of the redemption is the part that I think he struggles with.
Fair. Okay, rapid fire questions, Jason Lee edition. Who is the most powerful celebrity you ever had to expose?
I don't really expose. What is expose? I'm not media takeout. That's Fred's thing. I don't expose people. Hollywood Unlocked does not expose.
What's one story you do regret ever publishing or talking about?
None. Nothing.
Who's been banned from Hollywood Unlocked?
Banned?
That you just won't report on?
That we won't report on. I mean, I said on Angelique's show, Tank didn't want us posting him, so we don't post him. Yeah.
What's the biggest secret about Hollywood that people still don't know?
That they don't know. That they still don't know. What is the thing about Hollywood that people still don't know? Oh, that it's it's a place where you go to pursue your dreams and not get distracted. I feel like people go there with this idea of Hollywood and they lose track of what they're there for. I went there with a very clear plan and I executed it. Yeah.
Who's the one celebrity that sent you a cease and desist?
I'm not gonna say that person's name because I recently did something that went viral and I don't want to put them out there like that.
Okay. Has anyone ever offered you money to kill a story?
Yeah, Latto, which is why don't have a relationship anymore. But I love Latto. She's beautiful. Congrats on the baby and all that.
She offered you money not to reveal that.
Well, she didn't. Her team did. Yeah, because we broke. I think we broke the story of her and 21 Savage dating at a time where they didn't want that out, and their team wanted to pay us off, and we were like, no, I mean, we love Latto, but we're not going to take the story down, and we're not going to take the money for it. And then I guess in turn, she doesn't like us anymore, which is fine. But she's the only rapper to put my name in a song that was fire, by the way. And I love Latto, and hopefully one day she comes around.
When it's all said and done, what would you like for Jason Lee to be remembered for?
That big ass check he got for everything he built. That's it. My legacy is going to be the youth center in Stockton, became the first openly gay vice mayor, the kid who ran the streets, ran the city. The book he wrote became a movie. The story that he told is mine. He literally took control of every aspect of his life, his career, his health, his weight, his mind. That's what I like. When I run into people and they're like, like you inspire me so much. Sometimes it's hard to absorb it because you really don't know what people are watching. And my job is talking to just the camera. So I feel like I'm just talking to the camera, but I know there's millions and millions of people that get to see the stuff. And then Wendy had the shoe cam. I have shade cam. My shade cam, I say, do your thing, TikTok. I'm all over TikTok and I don't even post on TikTok because of my fans, right? So I know I get a lot of love when I see people. I mean, that does feel good because I do feel like, these are my people. This is the love that I didn't have as a kid. So in that respect, I love it. But like, I don't care if people love me, hate me, you're going to respect me. But at the end, when I sell it all and I go away, I'm going to get what I wanted out of this. And that is influence, impact, money, and the ability to now do what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I will say this, though. It does feel good to be able to live life on my own terms. Like, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I do everything that I want to do. And I spend time with who I want to spend time with.
And that's freedom.
Man, you don't even know how good it feels until you lose it. And there's no brand I work with right now that I don't want to work with. There's no money I'm taking that I don't want to take. I am at a point though where I'm getting to a point where I'm like, unless I have something to promote, which is different here because we talked about doing this, but like, I don't even want to just be doing interviews anymore. I used to do interviews, all the interviews, because I wanted the audience jack, but it was strategic. Like, I'm gonna go on Breakfast Club, take their audience. I'm gonna go on Drink Champs, take their audience. I'm gonna go over here and take their audience. But like, I've already done that now. Now I'm backing up a little bit more, saying like, how do I create this partnership with this network and build more shows for more people? Like what you've done for people who are creating shows. I want to do that. That's where I'm at now.
I'm proud of you. I just want you to know that. Appreciate it. And not only on a professional level and all the things you built, personally, to know that despite everything that you have been through and gone through and experienced, your relationship with God never dissipated. And the fact that I hope that the audience walks away learning more about you as a man, in the sense of you still give God all the credit.
Absolutely.
But we know in our business that's not the case all the time, and that people need to believe their own hype. And although you're very confident, you're whimsical, you're all the things, I would say that I'm pleasantly surprised in a good way that you still have your feet planted on the ground.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. But that's why we put gospel music at the end of every one of my award shows. That's why I text Harvey Mason, the president of the Recording Academy and the Grammys, like, I need y'all to put gospel back in the broadcast, whether you choose to do it or not, whether he listens to me or not. I told him I feel like we need to see that more because the world right now is wicked. And the last thing I want to end with is please register to vote. And if you're in a city or a state where your people are trying to attack your right to vote or your voice to vote, please don't allow all the people who died their deaths to be in vain, because they did all of that to give us the freedom that we've been talking about. I mean, I think that right now, just the culture is under attack. Rights are under attack. Gay, women, everything's Blacks under attack. Like, you don't understand the impact to everything. Like having this show. Our brand's not going to sponsor the show because the president don't like DEI. So now you're losing brand dollars. I'm going to go give it to white people who target Black people, not Black people who talks to Black people.
Mhm.
Like, it's a whole thing. Every single person plays a part in that. So the last thing I would end with is be responsible and get registered to vote.
Jason Lee, y'all.
Bye.
That was excellent.